Team Secret's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Team Secret's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban.
You're watching Dreamleague Season 14, powered by Intel, and this is the final series of the league, of the Western European DPC League. Obviously, there might be tiebreakers, but this series is going to find out if there will be any. We have Team Secret taking on OG, and there is so much hype between these two teams facing each other. We've looked forward to this series the whole season long. The question is, Purge, will it live up to its expectation?
I really hope so. I mean, Secret is such a dominant team. I'm scared they're just going to pull out some crazy stuff in 2-0 OG, but OG's also excellent, and they're going to start with the outlet.
There we go.
Of course. It's back, baby.
What's interesting though is their second pick, and they're so confident in the Alk. They're not waiting to see one more hero, pick a comfort. They're just going, okay, no, we're just going to go Alk.
They're going to go Alk Monkey King first two.
Yes, I was going to say, yeah, they have to develop the strategy, because if they don't, then there's issues. Like the Monkey King timing, the reason why it's such a strong combo, you give him that Ags at like minute 14, 15, it unlocks a quick Roshan, and you have Maelstrom BKB on your Monkey King.
Turn to ban.
And if they picked Alk as fourth pick instead of second pick, then it would get banned, guaranteed to be the first thing banned.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you first pick Monkey King, Secret say, I see what you're doing, and they take the Alchemist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we talked about this in the pregame. This is what OG is known for, and this is really how they found success when it counted, is they find these drafts, these hero combinations that just aren't fair. No-Tail seeks ways to break the game. What better time to find that solution than to break the most dominant team of 2020 in a match to make it to the major?
I think the key thing is, though, before we don't get too carried away with Alchemist, we have seen plenty of out games and understand how it can lose and how it can win. In the game that OG dominated with Alchemist, he was getting kills in the lane, he had stacks, there wasn't any invasion, he secured his own game, and there was the Monkey King. So the clear thing here is from Secret, they need to ensure that they can either kill the Alk in lane, or at least pressure him, or invade those stacks, because it is a slow start to the game from Alk if he doesn't have like a no pressure time. So, you know, pressure the Monkey King, pressure the Alk, the game should be fine. You're not giving away 14-minute timing.
And in that game, Monkey King also won his lane. So it was like the best Alk strat we had seen out of all of them. We've seen a couple. Some have gone, that was the best one. The other one has gone okay. And some other ones have gone really bad. So yeah, pressure Alk in lane is certainly the big one. Get a good carry matchup there. Having Tide is going to help them slow the game down as well and be able to fight into the Monkey King. Possibly beat him in lane also. So they could try lane him hypothetically. Shutting him down that way would definitely offset a lot of his gains with Ags.
I think an important thing to note with Secret, though, is simply don't fall victim to that OG fight where they bait you into like a mid-river fight into then a reset Roshan. That happened as well in that OG Liquid game, where Liquid, they actually won the fight. They crushed the Ags timing, but it opens up kind of but what's next? And that's where, again, we are kind of describing the perfect out game. And that's where, of course, Secret, they're going to be aware of this. They're going to understand the key kind of nuances and to enable it.
You can even see, based on the speed of their draft, I'm sure they were expecting this. Like, this is something. Was it the last TI? It was TI9 Puppy versus Kuro in that iconic match. Who would play in the 200th game at TI first? And Liquid at the time, now Enigma, took Alchemist first two games in a row and won. And they were just like, yeah, we didn't realize that hero was so good. I am certain that is something Puppy remembers better than I do, and they will have a plan pocketed and prepared for this open.
Secret making sure that they, I guess, ban out maybe some more lane secures. This Abaddon and Dying. No-Tail likes playing them in a bit of a aggressive fashion as well. But it's all about securing the Tide. I think the interesting thing is Secret actively picked Tide knowing that most likely Monkey King was coming into play, where Monkey King does fare pretty well into Tide, of course, in one of the few matchups that likes playing into him. So there needs to be kind of a big picture where Secret are playing for kind of the mid-game timing rather than potentially just really securing the lanes. Unless they have some tri-lane scenario like we already mentioned previously.
I dig the bans, both sides. Like, I'm just so much more of a fan of the Division 1 second phase bans. A lot more to read into. Specifically, when you look at what these teams are targeting, don't say anything, Tigo. Undying and Abaddon, two of the strongest 5 positions for No-Tail to secure the Monkey King in the safe lane. Whereas OG, they have to get rid of anti-Monkey King heroes. Because he is your win condition. He will be the hero responsible for your success. So take out his matchups immediately.
Yeah, we see both teams using quite a bit of their time here to decide on these bans. One thing that I also noticed is there's a lot of smiles around on the players that are, getting ready for playing. I like to see that they're enjoying themselves. You know, sometimes you see frowny faces and stuff, but no, there's like...
Look, what's the common gripe we've heard from every player in all regions? We just want to play more Dota.
Maybe.
That's their issue with the DPC, and this is what we've been waiting for. As you said, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Our final match is finally here. Team Secret versus OG.
Their 7th series.
Time this year.
Yeah,
the first time this year these two teams are playing.
I really hope it's not a 2-0 for that very reason.
Yeah.
It has to go to
Don't
a
jinx it. Go.
Well, whoopsie.
I'm sure that the words that Thompson just said, or sorry, that Robson, I always get them mixed up in my head.
Really? I have no problem telling them apart.
We are quite different.
It's the sun part. It just gets in my head.
Son of Top, son of Rob.
Yep.
You just watch them play Dota. You'll be able to know who's who.
Luckily, I play 5, so there's no correlation. And in a different bracket.
Last ban for OG, burning lots of time here.
They go for the bat.
Bat Rider. Okay.
Oh, and a Treant pickup.
Wow.
Oh, well, yeah. If you're going to ban Bat, again, protecting the Monkey King, but this tree, probably just your replacement to the 3 heroes Secret have banned out, right? They get rid of 3 high sustain, high just impact 5 positions. This is really the only one left that does what they thought about and conceptualized to pair with the monkey in the safe lane.
I kind of like it more as a block pick to the potential routes that Secret can take. They've so far run strategies like PA in the last 3 of their games, and Luna, for example, as well. And these ideas are, we either blow up the heroes, and then we pivot off the fight from that after big cooldowns, or we just pressure the objectives and overwhelm you. So kind of Tree, in kind of theory, kind of mitigates both these strategies because of the living armor factor. So it potentially is kind of a big picture pick, but again, pretty strong lane. I don't mind it. Has an axe.
Yeah, I like it. Lanes well against Rubik, especially. Get on top of him. He's going to have some trouble there. But like these top teams are so good at defending their towers that they'll feel like it's a success to rotate like 3 heroes and do like 400 damage to a tower and then disengage once their opponents defend properly. So having like Tree being able to heal towers on top of that, if they can also defend, sounds like really scary for their momentum in the game. And they end up picking a Slark. Yep. Which I assume is what they want to lane against the Alk here, and they're going to feel confident about it.
So
early.
Here's the thing. It's not as effective against Treant as it used to be, because previously you could burn off the charges, whereas Tree Armor now, it's static, it's time-based, and it's plus armor and regen.
You do get stacks, though. Get all the stacks of the Esper ship every time you hit him. Everybody's a little...
True.
I think
silver lining, silver lining.
Yeah. It's the same concept, though, because you're playing against these heroes like Alk, like all 3 heroes on OG. It's like year after year, it's the same thing. They abuse damage manipulation. They have so much more armor and regen potential that, in theory, Slark, with a whole bunch of stacks, he's gonna get stronger as the fight goes on, and you need that to play into OG's draft here.
Also, I want to point out that in a game like this, if it goes late, an Alchemist is a Factory Alchemist and gets an axe for the Treant, there is all the vision in the world for OG, which is a big plus.
But there's a Slark.
But there's a Slark.
He has a Quelling Blade.
He'll know.
He will get a Quelling Blade. I guess that's a,
Or they could pick Shadow Demon.
Or a Timber Saw. Trees don't exist anymore, guys.
They're fighting fire with fire, or I suppose... you want to tank up, you want to try and survive. We have heroes that do not run out of gas.
Do you know what I mentioned about Secret in the pregame about how they have their laning setups that are strong? Look now at these heroes. And what lane does Alchemist go to with confidence? He has the hardest matchup, which is the Timber Saw, and there's this potential Slark. Like it's all about laning presence with the Alk. Survive the lane, get quick farm stacks. That doesn't happen here, so.
Well, you are a natural vessel buyer, which is okay. But yeah, I like your point, because the key is the Axe timing, as you said. So slowing that down is going to be key. I actually think the Monkeys game isn't even as relevant because you get that Axe up so fast. Like, I'd rather be a Monkey with a bad game and an Axe at 12 minutes than a good game and an Axe at 17 minutes.
We're talking, we have been talking the last few days a lot about the past and drafts that we saw from the past. Tidehunter used to be support. In this case, Puppy normally is not traditionally a player that saves his pick for last. So is this a Tide support?
This is flexed to the final pick for Secret.
Yeah.
We saw one in NA last night, I believe. I didn't watch the whole game.
And Bait did it as well.
It makes sense, actually, because in this game, it's not the ideal core Tide game, but what it gives you is really powerful. It's that minus armor in the laning phase against the Monkey. Very nice to play against Lion as well, and a Ravage to secure the team fight. OG think it's a support. They're banning out the Kunkka, a typical Nisha hero. They don't want to give any finishers away. And yeah, if you think about Tide, Slark bottom would be just fine if that's Puppy playing it. In fact, that's actually pretty scary. It's a lot of minus armor.
So we are assuming that Monkey King is going to be played by Thompson, right? What lanes well against Monkey that's still in the pool? Void Spirit actually still...
No,
you don't think so?
Last time.
Yeah.
It was mid one last time.
But keep in mind, he's the one who replaced Ana. I think that even if, there's going to be people who are going to criticize mid one his performance thus far, let him time to adjust. He's never been put in a position like this team routinely places him in. Just, hey, here's all the farm. Please carry us.
Well then, so far, we basing it off of the series that OG played against Team Liquid. We had Thompson playing Earth Spirit, setting a very high tempo, and Arc Warden and Void Spirit as well as the other two where it didn't work out. But Void Spirit now banned out, so that one won't be it regardless.
I'm trying to see the heroes that Nisha has played in the mid lane to kind of open up his team, and it is pretty much Void Spirit and Kunkka are the key ones. And
Yep.
He actually hasn't played anything else. Like Zeus and Tiny.
Wow.
Okay, we're getting.
I've not seen this.
Invoker.
What do you go for?
Do we have the win rate, Thompson? Do you have the win rate for Invoker? Robson. That infected me. Do you have
Messed it up.
My mum will be so proud.
Do you have the win rate of Invoker? Because I don't think it's very high at the moment in the EU division anyway. What? Snapfire.
Okay.
Oh.
Smile all around.
Is this unit here
Snapfire mid.
Looks like it.
Guys, what if they're doing like out carry and this is all just a ruse?
No,
that could be. We are about to
I hope so. That would actually be such a power play.
I think
Lion mid.
That does pretty well.
Lion mid?
What is it?
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's like fine. But here's the thing, Thompson. What do you throw in the Monkey King with 1 billion items? Also, Thompson getting ag. All of these heroes love ags. This is okay.
All right, they all like
Tide.
Okay, they all like ags though, but they need to get out of this laning phase. This Timbersaw is a massive threat. There really isn't like a clean answer outside of Monkey King, and Slark has a really good game with no good reliable lockdown. So it's all about Secret and their laning setup. If they own the early game, there's not enough farm. Yeah, so I think Secret have kind of the edge, but OG's got the quirkiness and the kind of skirmishing desires going into later portion.
You have Timbersaw against an Alchemist in a 1v1. You aggro Trilane into a Monkey King. That's pretty ideal.
Yeah, Burge, what is your final thoughts on this first game's draft?
I think if they can do a decent job zoning like the Slark Alk matchup, then OG will be in an okay place. But yeah, the lane swap, the tri-lane stuff is definitely where it's gonna change things a lot. Maybe Invoker will underperform a little bit, but Nisha's really good, so it should be fine. I can't wait to see what happens. Yeah,
I got the win rate from JJ actually for the Invoker as well.
Oh, okay.
EU DPC 27%, overall DPC 3%. It's not great.
Would you like to know the Snapfire in EU DPC?
Yeah.
1 game lost by Spider Pigs in the lower division, and it was mid as well.
0%.
And they've disbanded, so we shouldn't read too much into that necessarily. I'm looking forward to this. I've not seen Nisha on a stage like this playing his Invoker. This, like, I feel like he's not quite put in that S tier God category with the Miracles and Arteezes of the world, but he should be, and I think he's going to prove it right here, right now.
Yeah?
Sure, great game.
Sure, great game. I think that's what we're all looking forward to, especially the two people that are going to commentate this match. Let's head over to Odie Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yeah, should be a fantastic one here between OG and Secret. Fogged. So much to talk about, of course, as expected when we have these two teams coming in with these sort of drafts. But what are you most excited to see here out of the 10 heroes we've got playing?
Oh man, I don't even know what to pick. There's just too much, honestly. We have an Invoker in like a fun game with who haven't been able to play it on this stage. We have a Yapstor, Rubik. We have a Timbersaw versus an Alchemist, which is always going to be fun, and also versus a core Snapfire. Remember, these two heroes are strength, so Timbersaw does have a pretty good game set up for him. And then we have No-Tail on signature hero too. Tree. We've got a lot of fun things going on here, and a very comfortable draft from both sides. I'm hoping that we have some good battles coming in. I think Secret have put themselves in a position of some very strong lanes, and I'm seeing them already potentially doing that setup for an aggro tri-lane and swapping stuff up. And again, you know, we do have a swap up for the heroes. It's a 5-tie. So that win rate for some of these heroes, this is going to shift things around. Rolit is playing, and I'm curious to see how it's going to do, because that Gush can be very effective in some of these lanes, like versus Alchemist, very low armor hero. I feel like he could actually do some decent work down there, and it's actually going to be OG the one with the initial try.
All right, yeah. So as you say, taking a page out of Secret's book. We'll see how Secret prepares for this and how they respond. And let's see that, yeah, this mid lane going to be very exciting to watch. Topson Snap against the Nisha Invoker. I mean, Snapfire is a hero. We just don't see anybody play it right now, Fogged. I mean, what's sort of the reasons? Why is this game going to be a bit of a challenge potentially for Topson on a hero that nobody else wants to touch right now?
It's just been nerfed. Matu bottom. He's stepped
hang on.
Dark Pack.
They might just have him there. They've got it.
He's dead.
All right, first blood here for Seb. As they strike as that tri-lane, and Matu not quite ready for the offensive damage that these three heroes offer.
Acid Spray with 3 heroes hitting you. -4 armor. Instantly does take out the Slark because he's not careful enough. He pushed out the wave too. He used Dark Pack to push it up.
Saxon's going to have another stun.
On him.
He might just get Puppy here.
Is he going to get Puppy? He is.
They're able to get the 2 kills. All right, OG with a big hit to start things off in the bottom lane.
Lion level 2 already off the bat. And, you know, the Snapfire, getting back to that, we haven't seen it because it just got straight up nerfed, Owen. You know, the Aghanims got addressed. It was completely broken before. It got completely shattered and shut down. We'll see what Topson's able to do with it, because he's the one who did start doing that, like, E-Blade mid on the Snapfire rush first. So, yeah, that could be what he's looking for, as it can apply good pressure. And it is going to get gifted an Ag. So...
yeah, I'll be interested to see sort of how Seb prioritizes this game. I mean, is this a game that you look at and you feel that Seb, he is going to be getting multiple Ags out sort of first in his build, or is it going to be another one where we see one Ags delivered and then he's going to build for himself?
I could see him build for himself after the first one, yeah. There's definitely a lot of merit. Just the blink stun whenever you're playing versus Invoker, any of these blink initiators. So I could see Seb getting that as, I mean, Puppy, he's looking pretty dead. There's boots on this line. He's going to run him down.
Saxa is going to be able to cancel the salve, and he's going to let Puppy be for now. Puppy, actually, okay, easy bounty.
Okay,
all right.
All right, the dream. And he is able to pull a little bit of the support, you know, pull those 2 away from the lane a little, so Matu gets some freedom for last hits. Taking a look at these matchups, we're seeing the Invoker pretty close matched up versus that Snapfire. Top, Timber suffering. He's had to go for that Timber Chain, and it is a very threatening lane of that Monkey King with the support of the tree.
See bottom, Matu.
Bottom again, Matu.
Trying to go in for Saxa. Saxa, he's into the trees. Salve is popped. He's keeping himself away from Puppy as well, so he's going to get a good amount of time out of the salve. In fact, he's going to get the full salve off. Puppy unable to cancel it, as Saxa's back up to full HP.
I like how this is like the -4 armor lane. The Gush and then the Alchemist Acid Spray, both of them just battling each other. Hey, but one's AoE. So OG able to capitalize on that, at least when they do commit with 2 melee heroes under it.
I mean, Puppy's not going to be able to offer too much in this lane for a little bit of time now, as he's entirely out of mana. He has got a stick coming out, but on top of that, just tangos and salves. No sort of mana regen or mangos at all. So he's going to be without abilities for quite some time down here.
Yeah, it's huge. Like, Saxa getting that level 2 literally on the first wave, pretty much. He just has the mana drain, so it is tripping them up a bit. And the fact that Seb's able to get so much down here is huge, because the Slark overall is a good matchup for him, and this start up for them is really important for OG for the Salk. As mid, Topson, he's getting aggro on Nisha.
He is. He's going to have another blast in a second. Not going to quite be able to...
wave.
Oh, he might still get it. Actually, Nisha's baiting. He turns with the cold snap. The tower's hitting into him. Topson able to de-aggro the tower just in time, and he has got a full bottle on his way out. Just at this point of the 4 minutes, he's going to get lucky on the rune. He is as well, right by him. So Topson, he's going to be able to fully refuel.
Nicely done, too. He glyphed the wave aggressively to try to punish Nisha. Almost dies himself, but a nice attempt. So you're seeing, yeah, mid one, really the top of that chart. Zai still getting a little bit, but he's not able to apply pressure at all versus this Monkey King for quite some time. It's not going to be easy for them until they do really have, like, level 6 on that Timber Saw to slow down mid one's farm. And Yapzor, he is getting his farm. You know, he's getting close to Arcane Boots, but he's not able to make anything happen with this early game so far. No-Tail's able to get these little mini pulls off. We do like to see. As Yapzor, maybe he stepped up too far. It couldn't connect with the Leech Seed, though. But mid one's going to try for Yapzor.
He's still going to go for it. He's going to have mana in a minute for the Boundless Strike. He might not even need it, actually. Right clicks alone. Get the job done. There's Mid-Bomb picking up kills on top of the free farm that he's already getting on the safe lane.
Probably the reason why I love having Monkey King safe lane. It's one of the best heroes to always go for those supports that do those cheeky plays to block the camps, because you have Tree Dance. Very few heroes have that type of mobility as a carry to help out your supports from pulling. So good stuff from mid one. And Noto's able to sneak in and get the bounties. 4 bounties for OG.
Wow. And they're certainly getting the money in this early stages. And also those... actually, Seb,
he does not have.
He doesn't have a point in
no.
the Greevil's playing purely for the strength in the lane, so won't get any benefit. But nonetheless, a good amount of money there for the squad.
Alchemist is getting so much down bottom. This is pretty crazy. It sucks that they're going to start going on them with bots too.
Yapsop, he's going to get gone on again. And Mid-One's able to build up the Jingu. So he can turn and get some good damage down onto Zai.
Thinking about
Boundless
it.
Strike, but wouldn't quite be enough. So holds off on it.
Nope.
Down bottom, Seb and Saxa. They're able to run down Puppey. 5-0. OG definitely coming in with the stronger lane execution so far in this first 6 minutes.
Yeah, the fact that they did that start with the tri lane really has set up Seb for such success, because they got that level 2 so quickly on, and it's been really effective to shut down the Tide's pressure. Like, Puppey's pretty much doing nothing but just giving space and giving his life for the Slark in all these situations.
And Matu is making the most of it. You know, his farm...
He is.
He's still looking very hot down there in that safe lane. Up top, Zai. They're going to catch him. Have they got the damage? Ooh, not quite. Another chain away. Mid-One's trying to chase. He's got those phase boots. And in fact, from a distance, Thompson rains down the ultimate and is able to make sure that Zai's not getting away.
Zai's game looking pretty rough. There's a lot of magic damage to deal with this Timbersaw too in the mid game. He's gonna have to find some way to recover. That lane is not easy for him or Yapsor. They're gonna start having to break around a little bit. Yapsor's ditching up there. I think he has to make moves with Nisha now.
Mid.
How bad it's gone. And he will.
I'm gonna try and make the attempt onto Thompson. And already gets the jump off. And he's away. Bottom lane Seb. The concoction going, and Saxa, with that stun, will manage to give Seb the space to back up. Puppey sticking down very low. Matu by his side, though, able to stop Saxa from being able to chase Puppey any longer.
The acid spray just makes, Puppey's a Tide Hunter, but he looks so squishy because he's actually -2 armor when he's under it. And so Lion, who's hitting him, actually looks very significant. But yeah, Matu, he has absorbed the majority of that space, and he's almost at the same as that Monkey King. He's a little bit behind because of the kills that have gone up top, but not too shabby. Seb, the big winner, though, right? He's already got like 3k net worth. He's already got the Axe queued up. He's already going to get ready to give that one over to either the Monkey King or the Snap. A very early time in the game because of this. And Zai, he just can't get levels. They're not letting him walk up at all. They immediately commit onto him every time he shows.
Oh, and another great stuff from Mid-One. Zai's going to try for the Roshan to 9. He's going to be able to do it. Nice moves from Zai, at least able to stop any further benefits going the way of Mid-One over towards the mid lane. Attempt on Thompson, but Thompson's all right. Bottom lane Seb.
Seb again.
He's getting gone on here by Matu this time.
Oh, he stunned himself.
He did. He wasn't able to get it off in time. Still able to run, though, Saxa. Giving him the space, holding back Matu. Seb will be able to live. That Chemical Rage will heal him straight back up.
And now they have the point in armor too. Noto, he went for 2 points in Leech Seed just for the lane to be able to destroy the Timbersaw. Now the armor is going to come into play to completely counteract the Gush minus armor. So that's going to be hard for Matu to commit onto that. Usually would be a squishy Alchemist in the off lane. But yeah, it just changed. As Nisha just being annoying. He's just burning Thompson's mana. Not able to really pose any threat versus yet.
I mean, the 3 heroes here of OG around. Nothing going to come of it.
Do they have any stacks? That's what I was kind of looking around for the Alch. They don't. Seb, he won't be able to get enabled by that. But he is going to be able to go to the jungle and start getting that farm on. And it's really up to Secret to start now looking to pressure. Because every time I see this, when you get these offlane Alchemists that they just start being able to hit jungle and it's unpunished, the factory's going to start kicking in.
Oh, yeah,
they got to start doing something to at least apply some pressure here. But it's hard because of how these lanes have started. They don't have the great heroes to just make a move to a tower and be able to push it.
See, Thompson, he can go for this with the ult. Puppey, he tries to stand close to avoid the damage, but he's going to be straight in the reach of Saxa. Matu, wrap around on towards the Lion, but if he wants to die for this, he's still very strong, of course. Matu getting a huge amount of XP out of the bottom lane. He's level 8 on the Slark. Nisha trying to poke at some action here. He's got the backup of Matu. They'll move in for No-Tail. See the jump over from Thompson. He's able to hold him back with the stun. Tornado out to No-Tail. No-Tail will fall. See if Matu can find anything else out of this one. He's a little low on mana. Saxa ticking down to the and Thompson. They'll be able to turn with the finger. The burster. They got enough to take down Nisha. No, he's out for the Ghost Walk. He's away with the invis. Mid-one's made his way over. Jumps in over towards Yapzor. Yapzor will get taken out here. Thompson to finish him with the Scatter Blaster. Seb, he's running in for Matu. Dark Pact instantly takes off the stun. As Matu will make it away.
Oh, I love watching these teams. Just immediately around the enemy triangle, just like 8 heroes show up to just battle so early on in the game. And I think Zai is probably the most happy off of that. He's gotten space. I've seen he's queued up the Quad Midas on the Timbersaw now, so he's feeling pretty good.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Nisha is able to get some urge. It's really important for that Crosswex Invoker. And now he's up to level 9, so he did get enabled quite a bit over Thompson now, who is level, he's 3-0 on this Snapfire, but now out of mana too. And Nisha, he's at the ready to TP, and he can look to help out his teammates, while Thompson, he might have to just make the walk back.
Lane Zai, it's very low, but he is actually able to get away from the opening from No-Tail and Saxa. Zai will be fine, and he's got backup. Nisha heading in, maybe seeing if he'll find the setup. He's going to look towards Saxa. The opening. Does he have the damage? Saxa still pretty speedy with these Tranquils.
It's only a level 1 Sunstrike. He invokes it just to like throw it, threaten Saxa, but Saxa's just fine. And Seb, he'll come top. He'll stop that push. He'll be able to get that farm, and he's 3 components in. He's actually top net worth on his team as well.
And I imagine this first Ags, surely it's going to go to mid-one. I feel like mid-one gets an Ags on top of like this sort of similar time when he's going to get a Maelstrom. That's going to be ridiculous. Like this Monkey King's going to be so farmed so quickly if he gets a quick Ags Maelstrom given to him.
Yeah, I agree. He can just show up to every fight then, because he's going to be so tanky and just so enabled from it. He's going to do crazy damage. Yeah, I can agree with that too. It's just better than the frequency of the Snapfire Ags, but you know, we're saying that, and it's probably going to get given to the Snap. But
I mean, hey, it's OG. It might just get given to Saxa, you know. They could go for something really wild.
Nisha, sentry's there. Do they have the catch? The cookie on the creep?
The cookie grabs him. Have they got anything else, though? They don't. So Nisha, he makes it away.
First Ags, here it comes. He's finishing up a nice little double stack here. And it's going to be done. So we will see who it gets gifted to. As they are
surely mid-one. Surely you give it to your Monkey King here.
I'd imagine so too.
Yeah. He's going to be so strong with an early Axe Maelstrom. This can.
Secret, they're giving puppy levels as he's really struggled in this early game, still level 5. See, the rotation's top. They found Zai. They've got a finger as well if they need it.
They've got so much burst.
They don't even need it. All right, eyes on the Ags.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just gives it the tree. He's completely baseless. Like, nah.
Eats it himself. Zero benefit. Well, I guess he'd get a little bit of a boost, but that's not going to happen.
No. So early on, though. It's 13 minutes, and he's able to pump this one out. We do see Secret with the other 2 top net worths, and I'm seeing him running to Monkey King.
I see Thompson walking towards and say, hey, please, sir.
Thompson's like, wait, no, please.
But here we go. So straight over to mid-bomb, and that's the Maelstrom on the courier as well. So you're getting a pre-14-minute Aghanims Maelstrom Monkey King thanks to this.
And immediately they just like start posing their potential around that Roche pit. And look at that net worth. Yeah, 9.6k net worth, the most farmed Monkey King at 14 minutes. I think we've seen in the past.
That's insane. You know, this is the power of the Alk.
Yeah. Wait. What's going on here?
Wait, what you got?
Am I seeing this right?
No.
I'm not seeing monkeys spawning around mid-one.
Wait, what?
Look, he's not. I don't see any Wukongs.
It's because he's not got the ult skilled. He hasn't got the ult skilled. He hasn't got the ult skilled. It's all good. We're fine.
Dude, I had like.
Don't worry.
I was like, is it bugged? What's going on?
A Devon Valve was watching like, oh no. But he didn't have the ult skilled. We're good though. He's hit level 10.
And now he can start Roche.
Perfectly timed.
He can do Roche with full effectiveness, as we know Monkey Kings do. Roche doesn't move for some reason, even though he's getting hit. And now they're gonna have acid spray to boot. So Secret, their hand is forced. Do they want to react to this or not?
Surely you have to. They've got a decent fight round the pit, right? Ravage, Invoker combo.
You're walking into Wukong's tree ult. Like, you're just asking to get slaughtered. If you just walk into there, like, you're not taking it at this point on the Timber.
Yeah, you're right. They're not going for it. They're letting OG take this one.
That's so early.
Zai, they've found him. He'll be able to grab the bounty rune, but he'll pay with his life. Actually, wait, he died to a neutral creep.
Wait, what neutral creep?
What neutral creep? Did he dig up a creep? Does he got a shovel?
No, he has a fairy. He has a fairy trinket. Wait, what?
Wait, what? How did he die to a neutral creep? Somebody solve the mystery right now. Twitch chat, go. Oh, it's the Hellbear Smasher. It was the Hellbear Smasher. It comes and claps. It gives him the clap. It wraps all the way around from the big cap, and it slaps Zai out of the game. Hey.
All right.
All right.
Is under attack.
Oh, well. Hellbear Smasher still making an appearance after their series earlier.
Mid one in the front line. Can they burst him down? They can, the ones.
All right. I mean, this is why he's got an Aegis. He's ready for round 2. Puppey. Ooh. The Ravage timed very nicely. Runs amongst them all there, those tentacles, to set up for the second kill on mid 1.
And Matu now poking back Seb. Maybe has gone too far.
I mean, Matu's going to start cleaning some up in return here. So second one down. See if Secret can catch any more. They can. Nisha. With the tornado with Thompson. He's got the save. Cookie over to Saxa, and Saxa's off to safety. So, well, that was the Aegis push, and they just lost the Aegis and 2 cores on top.
I just want to rewatch that Ravage. That was beautiful. He just did it like perfect timing as the Aegis comes up, catches the whole back line. Now Matu. He's looking for
they're in the fan. Thompson. They're in straight away. The Wukong's command does come down. Thompson able to keep himself safe with the Ghost Scepter. Mid one jumping in over towards Puppey. They burst through the tide. Now turn over towards Nisha. If they got any catch, Saxy's going to have a stun in a few seconds, but Nisha's out with the Ghost Walk.
These teams are not going to give up their tier 1s for free. This is going to be the biggest battles ever. 5v5 in the mid lane. As Nisha, he's going to meteor it. Do they have anything left to really defend this one, though, on Secret? They don't have Ravage, but they're going to keep trying to slow it down.
Yeah, they've got Zai able to spam out the Chakram.
OG, full force, Seb, even running back from base to the mid lane.
Gratitude is worth more than gold.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Replication popped it. Setting up here onto mid one and into the EMP. Mid one getting very low, but from the side. The damage from Thompson raining in a good angle on the tornado will put a stop to the ult from Thompson. Seb trying to run. Sends the concoction straight back over to the side. Matu, he's looking for a free kill onto Saxa. He's going to get it. They can't keep him off the Lion, and now Zai's ready to try chasing for more as they go in onto Thompson. Thompson pots the Ghost Scepter, turns around with the jump over towards Ivy. The burst is there from Yapsor, takes him out with a Fade Bolt. You see Matu, he's even maybe looking for more. Seb, he's going to end up stunning himself. Couldn't find a target in time. Matu, he's chasing over towards mid one, but mid one's out into the trees. They'll go for No Tail instead as No Tail taken out. Matu perfectly able to weave in and out of the fight and starting to get very aggressive here with this Diffusal Blade build Slark and getting some good early action. 2, 1, and 4 here on Matumba Man as he's absolutely ready to play a game and of catching up to mid one's Monkey King. You know, mid one getting a burst with that Aghanims. Matu, he's definitely set on showing that he doesn't need that sort of assistance to carry the game.
I think mid one's being just a little bit too over aggressive. He might feel like he's the strongest here in the game, but he gets lifted, pulled way out of position, then an EMP just knocks him out of the fight for the majority of the time. And yeah, Matu.
Oh, he's going to try and farm this, but they're ready. They're ready. They're perfectly ready for this. He knew that he was going to go for that wave. Secret jump from the trees. Mid one. And they're going to blow a Ravage for it. They want to leave no chance of him jumping into the trees. So Puppey more than happy to drop the ult for that one as Matu is set up for another.
And now the 5 position Tide who struggled so much, it's a Blink Dagger. These initiations for Secret are going to be much easier for the side of OG. OG is going to have a lot of trouble now walking into these fights. As the movements, like Secret, they're not letting up. They've seen that they've broken OG's momentum, and now they're the ones just going from kill to kill.
It's just go, go, go. As his game, it's speeding up, whilst mid one's after a big cash injection from Seb. Slowing down a little bit. Matu's really starting to gain on him here.
Yeah, and we're seeing the other 2 cores just almost completely out of it. The Snapfire 5800 now with Alchemist, of course, because he gave that Ags. He's so far behind. I think Secret's going to start having like a 5-core lineup, it feels like. As Yapsor has found his farm. Puppey already has his key item with that Blink Dagger. And they're just looking for more. They're hunting. Even though they don't have Ravage, they're feeling that confidence versus the fight.
Top tower is under attack.
I'll see if things change for OG when they have that next crucial item on mid one. The BKB, just half a recipe away. He really needs it.
But the rest of his team is just still going to be super susceptible. They're all just going to die to all this damage that's coming outside. He's not dying.
Mid.
You know, with this hood, with this plate mail.
I mean, they're just able to walk up and look for kills. Thompson, he posts the Ghost Scepter. It's buying him a bit of time, but he's still going to go down. As Secret just finding kills as they wish, sweeping across the map. OG unable to fight back. Nisha, he's poking in for more. Matu's coming in with a wraparound, but Seb with the ult popped will be enough for Secret to reassess how they want to fight this. OG
can't fight without mid-one's BKB.
Not at all.
It's just, he's like literally the whole presence of the team right now because he was gifted that Ags. And he's gonna have it done. So let's see if OG is able to take these fights, because Secret's just picking up the pace too much. And Ravage, it's gonna be back up in 30, and now they're hitting the top tower already.
Here we go.
So do you
Blink
have a
on
form of
Seb.
initiation? Okay, yeah, they have a blink on Seb. They needed some ways to be able to start the fights and get into the back lines. Follow up with mid one. Now they're gonna smoke.
Now see if they can get that jump. The tier 2 is already going to be taken out though. Secret, they get the tower.
Ravage up in 10. Matu showing his face.
He's ready to, he's just committing straight away in onto Saxa. They do turn, get the stun out. See if they can control him long enough, but he's able to put the Shadow Dance. He's trying to step out of the Wukong's command. Fingers out. They burst Matu low. He'll fall. Matu ends up going down as now it's OG's turn to try and turn. The Ravage comes out, but he doesn't clip anything at all. Midbon already has the BKB out. He can run down Zai. OG, they strike back.
They give Seb's life, but they see Matu. They commit everything onto this Slark to kill him. And then, did the acid spray stop Tide's blink? I didn't see what happened there because he blinked really far on the left side toward the end there. But Matu, he got completely isolated. And
he wanted to go in.
You see the top. Look, there's no Ravage still on Puppy, and they were claiming outpost. So it was great positioning from OG and just capitalizing on the fact that Secret wasn't ready for that hit to come in.
Yeah, and you're right. This acid spray that Seb put down created this whole area that Puppy, he couldn't get in and get a jump off.
No.
That was sort of the only option he had, dropping the Ravage when he could, but obviously nothing being achieved with it at all with that BKB ready to go on mid one.
That is the big timing fight for them. The big steal was taken, though, from YapzOr. He did get the Mortimer Kiss. Oh. So for this next fight, OG does have to be pretty cautious. That's a lot of damage that's coming in. Saxa, gonna get started on.
Well, it's gonna be covered here by Nisha. Nisha turns, and here's the Mortimer's Kisses. Midbon has to put the BKB to commit for Zai. Pound this out. It's off the mark. Zai's able to get away with the Timber Chain. Zeb getting low. YapzOr jumps in, finishes him off with a blast from the Fade Bolt. And now Matu, he's looking for No-Tail. They're looking for Thompson as they dived in towards the tier 2. Chase down No-Tail, move over towards Thompson. Zai blocking him off from any potential escape. That's 3 kills for Secret. Straight back on track to winning the team fights. And OG unable to punch back again this time. Midbon using the BKB, but didn't quite have the power to take down Zai. Secret lose nothing this time round.
He had to use it completely defensively. They know exactly where he is right now. Mid one. They're scouting with the Sunstrike. Can't quite find him though. And like Secret showing that they don't need ults to fight. Oh, they're just recognizing that OG, they do need all of their arsenal in order to take the fights versus Secret. Secret Ravage is back up in 20. They're doing these fights just by running in to the OG heroes and catching them off guard when they don't have those ults.
And Matu,
now another tier 2.
Yeah, as the towers are falling, Matu's going to be a huge nuisance in the next fight. He's got the full S&Y coming out, and he's just found himself a Quicksilver amulet, so he's going to be incredibly speedy, zipping in and out, locking down on whoever he wants with this build. You cannot run away from this Slark. You've got to throw things back and disable him.
And he's going to be buffed up too, right? There's going to be Alacrities that are coming in. There's going to be Lotus Orbs that are thrown onto this Slark too. OG, they have to get some really big team fights and clean up a lot of heroes here to start coming back, because it's really just mid one this game. Everyone else falling so far behind.
Let's see if they can do it here. OG. Again, Secret, they've got everything ready. Ravage is good to go. As there's the jump. Puppy straight away. Ravage blown on the stack. So they take down the line. Midbon still wants to try and get the fight going. Post the Wukong's command, but they all just step out of it. They move out of the Monkey King ult immediately. Matu heads over towards Thompson. There's 2 dead on OG. The remaining 3, they've got to run. They haven't got any ults good to go. Nisha's able to land the 3-man tornado. Follow-up deafening blast. Midbon now pops the BKB, but OG they're going to lose Thompson, they're going to lose No-Tail. It's only Mid-One left alive. As Secret, they've lost nothing. Yapsaw, stolen concoction, thrown over to the Monkey King. It's a team wipe. As OG are all dead and out of action, Secret really taking these fights with very, very much, you know, this level that it's kind of hard to see what OG's meant to do right now. Secret are just making it look kind of easy at this stage.
Puppey just blinks and doesn't care what he ravages. As long as he connects with like 1 or 2 heroes, they know they're going to kill them so fast because how squishy they are. They are so far behind on all 4 of these OG heroes. They're actually going to get surpassed by all 5 of Secret very soon. And the ultis, the tree root misses everything. The Monkey King ult, they just walk out of it. They can just reset and walk away from a lot of these ults on Secret and just capitalize and get on top of these squishies. As now they're starting to really just fully run away with the game. Effectively 5 core heroes, it feels like. As Yapsaw, he did die in that last fight, of course. He did die to one of the nasty statues. So at least 1 kill for OG, but the pressure's really looming on them, and it really doesn't feel like their ults are going to have the effect. It doesn't feel like Mid-One, this gifted Ags, is going to have the effect that they really wanted it to.
No, for sure. I mean, when you do run something like the offlane Alchemist and you go for this, you know, Ags into your carry sort of build, if your carry then doesn't have some sort of excellent game straight off the back of it, you know, the plan, it's not gone to plan right. You give your carry this sort of boost, you expect a lot, but this game, Secret, they've been able to deal with Mid-One in pretty much every fight.
They just collapsed on them so quickly. And it's not easy for Thompson as a snapfire this game.
They get the opening stuns onto Matumba Man, into the Hex. Matu, is he able to get out of the Wukong? He is. He's away and he's into the shadows. He's going to start healing back up. As again, I mean, that's what a few ultimates thrown out here. The Wukongs and the Mortimer's Kisses. No kills to be found.
They have to full retreat. Mid-One's still on the high ground here.
Matu just catches him. He just jumps up straight away. They get the opening onto Mid-One. Mid-One's down. He's out of the game for 50 seconds. He was not ready for that at all. I think he had the BKB ready to pop, but he just didn't expect Matu to be able to jump in, clip him immediately. It's turning into a bit of a shambles here from OG. As Seb, he's also in trouble. Secret running him down inside the base. Seb's gone. Wow. And they're ready to start sieging the high ground now, Secret.
That's just insane awareness. Like Matu, he's seeing that he's, you know, his shadow dance isn't active. They don't have a ward on the high ground. Like that's actually, you know, that's OG's ward on the high ground there. But he just knows where he is. He jumps, gets the tree cut. No way Mid-One expected that as the game fully in control.
It's feeling like it's kind of over here. Taking the top racks, moving towards the mid lane.
It's crazy how even when the Alchemist was having such a good time and gifting the Ags, look at the difference in net worth. Secret kept it within 1K the whole time, and then they just exploded after those 2 or 3 team fights.
As OG, they're going to try and start the defense. Zai, no, it's no longer the easy kill they're able to get in the lane.
No,
he's grown up. He's a big boy now, Zai, and they can't kill this man.
Secret now with such a firm control. Even though Lincoln's on the Invoker too. Level 19 on Nisha. As I mean, Matu's also just about to hit level 19 too. These levels are insane. As 6-0-10 on the Invoker, 7-2 and 11. These 2 cores.
Yeah, it's wild.
Really taking over. Thompson, he's 4-4. You know, the Snapfire.
Try and go mid, but Puppey's in with a Ravage. Catches No-Tail, catches Mid-One. Mid-One is even going to be able to get the BKB off. He's not.
He's just dead.
He's dead again. Out for 50 seconds. As now Matu. They've got the Hex opening. Over to the side. They're controlling Saxa. Saxa's gone. It's another kill for Matu up on the cliff. Thompson taken out. They're calling it. This is absolutely done. It's over. GG is called. Secret will take this game one. And my goodness, did this one really sped up. I mean, they were able to get this excellent timing for the Aghanims, for Mid-One's Monkey King at 14 minutes in, but I mean, it just fell apart after that. They weren't actually able to have the impact you'd expect other than getting that early Roche with that sort of, you know, accelerated carries farm. They get the Roshan, but every fight...
Remaining. Team Secret's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban.
Game 2, OG versus Team Secret. Draft is about ready. We have Purge, Kyle, and Tigov here with me, and we're gonna see if there's gonna be another Alchemist picked up. That's kind of the biggest question. Will OG try again?
I kind of feel like they would, because they're the type of team that when they believe in something, they keep forcing it and they can learn about what went wrong. I think in that game, they learned a couple of things.
I feel like we saw what went wrong. I always like to check the community feedback during breaks, and everyone's flaming mid one, ignoring the fact that they last picked a Snapfire.
That 2K less net worth than
do anything.
Yeah.
Didn't carry his weight. Also, I mean, it's easy to flame mid one. Mid one has the biggest history, I guess, with Team
He's
Secret.
being given an axe.
He has been given an axe.
How's he not winning the game?
What is Snap?
He's also like he's been the one-on-one replacement.
I don't know if it's the play. It's the problem. But like this, what does this hero do? Fog was even saying this has been nerfed into the ground. That's why we don't see it. And
yes.
You're referring to the Snapfire just to clarify.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if they had a different mid hero that had the capability to initiate or find a pick when they do that mid pressure, then it could change things a lot. But past the mid hero being a different hero, I feel like the strat is just understood way too well. It's cheesy for sure. It's understood. Secret had decent heroes against it, if not good heroes against it. And I don't really see how, like, if you just ban Slark or something, I still think they're going to beat you when you try to do this. I think it would be better for OG to just not do that mid pressure and just to go hit creeps, honestly, with the massive acceleration that Monkey King has. I think that's one pivot they could do, but I kind of prefer them just doing a different strat first.
I would like that too, because there's so much on the line for OG. Like, this is not the time to learn. If you want to make it to the major, you got to win this series. Otherwise, you got to play tiebreakers. So they need to do something that is maybe a little bit less one-dimensional.
Look, I honestly think go Alchemist again, straight up. The problem you had in that game, if you go back to the critical fight middle,
there we go. Yeah,
you go back to the critical fight middle, what they were missing was somebody to go in. Mid one is positioned where he needs to be. He's most aggressive. He was most offensively focused. Consider the rest of his draft. Who actually does anything? You have a lion, a tree, a Snapfire, an alchemist. None of them can actually run past the monkey onto the team. He respawns in the clutches because there's also a ravage to cover, tornado to come afterwards. There's so much stun threat and team fight. You need some of your own.
And they just take the monkey themselves. Look at Zyzil Gear, it's like, haha, got him. Their strategy is broken. So now OG needs to basically kind of just reveal what is kind of the second in line for picking up an axe. We've seen teams run it with PA, for example.
Yes, I want to just make sure that we cover all the bases here. Monkey King was played as position 5 by Kuro the other day. Just want to make sure that we keep that in mind.
I love that we already know.
Mid with
That actually is pretty scary.
Lion mid is very scary.
I queued, me and Sheaves and the squad queued into Sing Stack, and Black keeps playing Lion mid. And the finger stacks and the ags is a lot of damage.
You do need level 18 to really be happy, though.
True, but can you guys see the narrative already? If Secret lose, why doesn't Puppy just ban the Alchemist? It's all OG will pick. Whereas if if Secret win, we'll probably just end up blaming
Why did they pick Alchemist?
Obviously, it's solved. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great.
Can't we just enjoy the game?
I can.
We can, yeah.
I like the line though. It secures the Alchemist lane. It did a really good job last game. You get fast boots, and pretty much no matter what the support is, you have. It's very helpful to have a stun setup for the Alch stun to make it feel so much more useful in lane. You always get the max damage and max stun duration. So I think it makes sense for OG to pick that there. Their opponents will get their ban options for secondary Alch, but again, OG doesn't even have to play offlane Alch. This could be carry Alch. They can pivot.
This is the key thing about when you have OG on the same pick order, the same side, etc. Like this is kind of the development of the series. And what has won OG some games in the past is kind of understanding what went wrong. And now here they ban like the Timbersaw, for example. You know, like you don't need to have this hero that even if you beam in lane, he's going to eventually scale up into the game to be annoying and obviously completely obliterate that Alchemist. Like Purge mentioned, it also still opens up the potential Alch carry. And with the Monkey King pick on Secret, they have to ban the Troll themselves, a hero that OG naturally would have banned in this position if they were picking the Alch once again. So yeah.
The Timber ban is pressing. Even though Zai died a lot, consider 1, 2 are to neutrals, and also he's attracting. He's got so much gravity. You bring those enemy heroes towards you, you suck them into your lane, buys a lot of space for the rest of your allies, and when you get to that mid game, even though his net worth was quite low, he's still so damn tanky because you don't actually need damage items. You need to survive your survival. Your XP is where you get all of your DPS from.
Now, we had obviously the Lion and the Alch in the previous game as well. Is there anything else other than the Monkey King that you think that Team Secret will either want to ban out or take away from OG in the second game if they are running the Lion position 4 and the Alch on the offlane?
I think you have to show some respect towards this potential Viper. Of course, OG can pivot from having Alch offlane to suddenly out carry, or even played into mid lane with Topson going active elsewhere, and you have this Viper offlane shutting down Monkey. Like that's the key thing. You have to enable this Monkey King.
Viper DP, I think, just look like good heroes, but again, this is a different kind of matchup because, you know, if you even just look at the previous game with No Tails hero, they banned out the 3 we've seen him play, and he's just got this Treant in his pocket. And I think that you're going to see, even if heroes are not banned, that in this second phase, both of these teams will go to those next options because they want to try and avoid something that the enemy squad may have already game planned for. Outside of the opener, of course, because I'm sure Secret saw the outcoming and they're like, okay, we'll take Monkey King this time. But if you're OG, you're ready for that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got some ideas of some stuff that could be sick. Gyrocopter had been banned. Sometimes the fast ags on him would accelerate his farm rate and therefore give them more win condition. I think something like a Leshrac could be kind of sick too with a really fast ags against a Monkey King, depending on what enemy lineups have. Past that, I'm gonna keep looking, but there's some options. There's certainly some things that could be good, but gotta be careful.
I like Sheev and T. I like what you guys are saying, though. I think you pivot it. Don't make it your hard offlaner here, especially if you can get a good match up top. The thing that Monkey King gives to Secret, though, and unlike other teams, is it is a full flex. Like, they've kind of found that style of drafting that OG won a couple of TIs with, and OG seems like they're not quite at that level. Whereas Secret, this is a potential puppy hero, a mid one hero, a niche hero, could be Zai's hero, anybody. So the Monkey just wants to lane against the Alch, I would assume, in theory.
Interesting. So OG just go basically for the exact same strategy as they did in the first game, of course, you know, losing the Monkey King.
And last time, what was it? It was the Snapfire mid. Obviously, I mean, they're going to try something else. Yeah, don't want to see that.
The important thing here is Secret, this Monkey King pick, it basically is revealed on the 4th pick of their draft here, because OG has to show one more hero, and then Secret have to really understand what's happening. And that's what OG in the last game, they bound out heroes like Batrider, which hard countered the likes of Tree Support, Alch, and these heroes, but I think Secret can still pivot on that with...
You don't have to protect your Monkey King, you just push it to a different role if necessary. And because you see... Oh, wow, they did it. Okay.
An early one this time around.
It's the same draft, but there's
they did it.
The Gyrocopter.
Look at that. I love it. Both sides. I think the Quaswex and Invoker are just super good. You cleanse, purge off the tree armor, and we saw how much area control and teamfight it gave them. Purge calls the Gyro, an excellent Ags carrier.
It's also a hero that doesn't usually want to buy Ags yourself. It's like, it slows you down. You kind of have to like continue fighting and eventually buy Ags, but this way he can like continue fighting, get a free Ags, and just farm way faster than everybody else. It's like Battle Fury equivalent.
I guess the key thing here from OG is they can look to go aggressive when Drag gets Ags, but realistically, it is heavily a farming item. It doesn't unlock Roshan. So it's going to be, timings are strong lanes, get Ags, quickly accelerate farm, wait for like the BKB, and then you're going to go. If they look to go aggressive pre-BKB with the Ags timing, it's a little bit kind of more janky than a Monkey King timing, so you have to look out for that for sure.
It's probably one of the, if not the best hero that benefits from the actual stats you get now from being given an X, because suddenly you're like plus 300 health. You have mana, you can spam your spells more effectively. You're just tanky. You just run forwards. And Zai offlane Monkey now?
Or Puppy Monkey?
Probably Puppy Monkey, right?
Open. Like let's see what they're bans are to take.
Look at how heavy OG is focusing on Zai with their bans. Crazy.
Yeah, like the key thing here is Secret. They look at the AUK pick and their strategy is, okay, we know what the AUK does, so we're going to counter the AUK's game. You know, with the lack of lockdown, the lack of pressure you have on mid, the overall big picture, we take your Monkey King as well away. So OG, they're the ones really kind of backing into the corner, reinventing their lineup compared to Secret. They're literally doing the same thing, second game in a row.
I do also think that Monkey King is really good at scouting out stacks. He's just in a tree, you know, he got the vision. He can, this time, actually maybe invade.
But no one can farm them right now.
Yeah,
true. That is true.
Very easily. They need to bring like 3 heroes.
Yes.
Well, the thing, OG, this could still be carry AUK, last pick a Seb hero. Yeah. Could be a Topson Gyro, could be mid 1 Gyro, which is most likely.
That's true.
Could be Lion mid still.
The thing is, Slark is excellent in this game. Like, it's not just Secret repeating their draft. It's that once again, you have Invoker Slark against excellent matchups. OG is running the same heroes. Secret was down, what, 10-0 to start the game and then dominated? Why would they change anything in this position?
I guess the key difference is they don't have a Timbersaw this time. They don't have this kind of gravity hero that's going to be able to have a hard lane but soak up some time, then come back into the game and be such an annoyance that it opens up the Slark. Like,
is there still a hero in the pool that does that, though?
Tidehunter.
True.
I mean, it might not have led the damage done meters, but if you go back and check the game stats, I believe Zai had the most damage received, which is necessary when you have these 2 cores around you that prefer to be on the outskirts of fights. Also, really, shout out to Nisha. Now, again, near a flawless game, and I love the usage of Earn in the early to mid phase. He's like saving it for an aggressive charge almost all the time, playing at half HP if necessary. Guy's just a beast. This whole team rocks.
Yeah. I just want to see Garm Purge.
I was going to say Doom Ban makes sense because if they have all their net worth on one guy, you doom that guy. Makes the fight straightforward.
I would love to see Secret at least adapt to the potential tri-lane that OG did run in the first game, especially now that Secret doesn't have this kind of sacrificial offlaner. That kind of early lead that OG can build will feel like 10 times worse, especially with the kind of the prowess of Acid Spray, Earth Spike plus the tree. It's a lot of damage, and you're not going to see Timberman die again, I think.
I really do like that Doom ban. It's something we haven't seen either of these teams play, but Iceberg has played a hell of a lot of it over on Na'Vi, and it's looked good in games like this. They need a frontliner. They need a damage soak. So it doesn't matter what lane it would be. You got to ban those.
Is a second option then like a Brewmaster as well, running down that kind of theory? It feels kind of janky, but just the idea of, you know, OG's game stand was 4 Protect 1.
They also went for the Elder Titan on Zai
one
of the days, so that's what I was. When they did that against Team Nigma, it was a very different type of lineup, though.
I would say that the
it's really scary. A
messy
fast Ags, yeah. No, I get. It's the same concept as Timbersaw, though, right? Assuming you got an earlier Ags, you're gonna hit all these heroes. You're just gonna run.
Secret, they have to pick first after the ban from OG.
Yeah.
OG, of course, really trying to take away the heroes that, you know, remove mid one from the game. Think about mid-game fights.
I'm worried about their lack of tanky hero, so I'm still thinking about that Tide ban. But I just like, I'm scared for Secret's ability to defend the tower if they don't have that same tanky guy to initiate our front line a little bit. Like Monkey King's range damage isn't as much as even like a Timber is.
It's not just the tankiness. Consider like the Doom ET ban best replaced Timbersaw because of the offensive output. It's not just, oh, I'm a damage soak. It's that they're also causing incredible amounts of threat. And like they scale, like they make your draft just really spooky at all phases.
We had Zai. I mean, Zai plays everything under the sun. Other than Tidehunter this tournament around, he still has played Nature's Prophet, which is the only one still in the pool. Nature's Prophet and Puck, I guess. But they go for... so Monkey King will be the offlane.
We get a rare Warlock pick.
In this case.
Nice, sure.
Warlock Slark's one of the staples, you know? Heal your Slark, he hits enemies.
I'm seeing it as like, in kind of theory, when OG has a big timing, it's because of this quick BKB from the Gyro running in aggressively by himself. If you now have this BKB piercing stun to go over the top of it, you can kind of cut out this 60-minute timing with just your position 6, you know, Golem and reset.
I'm not even sure if I'd go as far as to say the BKB timing. It's just that OG want to play around the Ags timing. So perhaps if he rushed it, I'd be with you. But it's again that mid fight.
Yeah,
Secret's lineup is engineered so that when OG hit the timing, maybe they even have an Aegis, and they try to take a tower.
Yeah.
How do you fight into Team Secret? Wukong, Invoker Tornado into Wukong's, a Slark on the outskirts, a Warlock Golem, 3 points upheaval. What do you do?
But if their lanes don't go as well this time from Secret, they don't have that easy way back in. And a rare Ricky pick, especially with the changes to his ag. But it's still very strong.
So is it Gyro mid? Is it Gyro support?
We'll see shortly. They're giggling, so something's up.
Something's up. Mid one Gyro, tops and Ricky, and I mean, I guess it's just all expected.
Okay, well, you talk about a hell of an Ags. Riki, while it was nerfed,
it's still very good.
It's still like a staple. It's insane.
Yeah, you clear waves. You still do go for, if it's a Battle Fury build, you go Battle Fury Ag still, because you do clear the waves very well. But I don't know if you'll do it. Sorry.
Isn't it just way worse? It only lasts for 2 seconds instead of 3. So like your invulnerability, like all it does, doesn't it just like allow you to trick the trait into an ally now?
Because it still does the 2 hits though, right? So you're still doing...
It's less time, so you attack less, I assume.
Yeah. I think on mid though, I'd like to see him go more active build, go for like the diffusal and go properly punching.
Yep.
But yeah, this is... They have an answer to the Slark this time. He won't be able to truly run the map pre-BKB, but I don't know.
What do you think, Verge?
I think OG needs to do the same thing they did last game, but just not all in on the mid push. I guess they can't Roche as fast because it's Gyro Ags, so I think they just like get the Ags to him fast and he just farm accelerates and they use Ricky to slow down Slark, and then they just play a normal ass game and win.
Okay, normal game.
Normally.
I feel like I've played this game. Secret will have a little more coordination than my team when I have Owen and Sheaves, but we typically see a game like this where my hard support ends with like 15 deaths, and Puppy is at risk of this in this game. Riki can get real far ahead. He'll kill him in a smack tricks of the trade. That's a dead Warlock. Same sort of thing can happen to Invoker and Slark if they stay ahead. I think Zai's got to have a much better laning phase than he did on the Timbersaw. You know, the innate recovery mechanics that he did previously, but I'd still lean on Secret's team fight. And I think they're just playing better right now.
The better execution, even if they have a harder to execute lineup.
I think OG, they're just very scary when they get, a bucket load of items. Before that, they're at the mercy of their own aggression running into this Warlock. And that alone, like Kyle said, it's like, can OG maybe not run at them for a second, get the items first, then run at them? Like, I don't know.
You need BKBs. Secret do not have much BKBs.
They don't have the damage for the BKBs?
I am just curious how this game is going to play out, because there's a lot of different scenarios that my panel is talking about. We are just going to see it played out and see how this second game of the series is turning out. And quick reminder.
30 seconds to go.
Oh, we'll never know what we needed to be reminded about, folks. Oh, hey, first blood looks to be going the way of OG's die. He's gone. All right. Want to start it for Thompson, straight in on the action.
Straight into a Wraith Band as well, as it's already a good matchup for the Ricky versus Invoker. Now he's got a huge base damage advantage up against that matchup. So yeah, that's going to make Nisha's life a lot harder. As we saw, Zai, he just courier. He turned into a courier. He was scouting out the lanes, and they do get that. We see immediately, look at the camps blocked. So an observer ward placed from Secret to block out the enemy hard camp, and maybe also just get some information of when lanes are swapping, as it does give you some decent vision too.
Yeah, I mean, so what did you make of these drafts overall? We're seeing a lot of the heroes from game one making a second appearance. Do you think OG's got a better shot here at this second game, or do you think it could be another rough one against Secret?
They do have good ways to collapse, and I think the Ricky pick is a much more appropriate pick than the Snapfire, because it's actually like it's a straight up just good matchup, and it's good versus the Slark as well. Like good in mid lane, and also going to be able to have Smokescreen be really relevant inside of the game. I don't know how much else he's going to be able to contribute besides that, unless he starts getting gifted a lot of items. So I still think OG's draft does take some time, and I think Secret has put themselves into a position to counteract versus that big mid push. That's why they go for this Warlock. And I think we all remember, the true sight. How do we stop them running at us? Just pick heavy team fight. That's what Puppy's gone for with this pick. And Nisha, it's a switch up. He's going Exort this game. So it's not going to be that Quas Wex that he did have the last time. Okay. He's going to be more about his own selfish game. No, he did actually have this insane game last game where he wasn't crazy amount of kills and all that, but this one is where you're just going for the big damage dealing rather than control.
What do you think sort of is the reason in this game for that change up? Do you think it's sort of just a case of him wanting to do something different, or why is that Exort Invoker more appealing in this second game?
He can't go Quas Wex versus Ricky. You get 0 last hits. You need to be able to have your Forge Spirit. You need to have the Exort damage so you can actually trade versus him. Otherwise, it actually just gets to the point where Invoker might just have like 4 last hits. being a little bit more selfish. And hey, maybe it is just to try something else out as well too.
Oh, let's see what he does. As you say, he had a flawless game 1. See if he can do the same with the Exort Invokers. No tail will lose his courier. Yep, so find it out there. And overall, do you like the decision from OG to just run the Alk lineup again? Now, we sort of heard, I think Carl on the panel was saying that he did want to see them do this. He felt that they have got something pretty good here that they can make work.
If they're so confident in it that they do it in the first game, and like they don't want to just break their confidence, right? Just because they lost because of some mistakes like that, they still are confident in the overall idea of the draft. So I'm glad that they do it again as well.
Top lane, we see the duo. A couple of heroes with quite good kill potential. This tree gyro lane, if this Monkey King Zai's not able to get sort of the setup and the big burst heal, he's just going to get run down by these two heroes with an insane amount of magical damage over time.
Yeah, a tried and tested staple. This tree gyro has been a thing for 6-7 years. When gyro first got added, it always works out well together how the heroes work, even before Tree had all these abilities because he's getting changed a lot. Overgrowth plus call down has always been amazing, and Gyrocopter, any type of little armor and things to help him just run in and charge into the fights is always amazing, as Tree's always had that. So it's a great lane and a great overall strong duo. Does do very well. And looking at mid, Nisha's still struggling even though he's gone Exort. That does, it does happen when you are played into a Riki who's been gifted a Wraith Band right at the start.
Yeah, for sure. Very hard with these early stats that he was able to get out as quickly as he did.
Matu is going to be free farming just like the last game. Maybe even harder this time since he does have the backup of a Warlock giving him those heals. Tries to step up, but Acid Spray is still quite threatening as it is a level 2 Acid Spray. It puts the Slark negative.
And would you imagine Tops in this game on the Riki, we are going to see him go active. He's obviously got the Orb of Corrosion queued up. We're going to see what the Diffusal Blade after. I feel like he's not the kind of guy who wants to AFK farm Battle Furies, Arcep, Fred Ags, right? He wants to get in and he wants to hit heroes.
No, I want him active. I want him hunting for like the puppy backline, giving vision for the Warlock, getting on top of the Slark, putting those the smoke screen on top of him to silence him and all that too. I think he has to be a little bit more active. And other thing is too, we're gonna have a change up from Seb, I think, this game. I think him rushing the Ags maybe hurt them a little bit because they lacked the frontliner. So this time he's being a little bit more selfish. He's getting his treads, and then we'll see what he does go for after his Matu.
Nice. Jumps in for Zaxa, and he's got the dart pack going again, ready for that concoction, and with the heal, he's able to chase on. And now actually get a few punches in on Seb as well, so they get the kill. Matu's going to be more than fine. At the same time, Zai on the top lane, they're able to take down No-Tail. So kills in both lanes, mid lane, Nisha and Thompson both low. So he's going to win out on this one. Thompson jumps forward, the Sunstrike is going to be dodged, and Thompson gets the kill.
Very nice. That's going to enable him super nicely into this mid game to be able to move around from lane to lane. And there are some very squishy heroes in this game for Riki to abuse. We're talking about how OG lacked a little bit of frontline in the last game for their, their Alchemist going greedy. I'm looking at Secrets Draft. It is so squishy. All 5 of them are really soft if Thompson gets to a good again. Nisha's still smiling a little bit, but not too happy.
It's very close there, but Thompson able to just come out with the outplay. Top, Zai, kind of run down mid one, but with boots mid one. Easily able to keep a distance.
Zai's very threatening up here now, though. He has his boots. He's got his Orb of Corrosion up too, so he's going to be able to go back and hit the Gyrocopter whenever he does have a good lane. There's some good kill threat from both sides up here. This Yapster's going to start. It looks like he wanted to start stacking, but decided against it. Sentry versus Sentry in mid.
About to hit the 6. Seb still very strong in this lane with the tread soaring. He can really keep the spam up. Top lane Zai going in for mid 1. He's able to get the heals up. Has he got enough damage though to deal with these two? He does not. Again, these two heroes, it's very hard for Zai to play aggressive into them. If he miscalculates, they're just going to be able to turn and burn him every time.
Yeah, and No-Tail's one of the few players I've seen that does this. he goes for the laning phase about the Treant Protector. We see a lot of trees, they just go like 4-0-2 or something like that. No, he almost always, I see him do, is get 2 points in Leech Seed. So he can counteract and give some heal and damage, and it's all about the laning. Because that ability later on in the game is pretty awful. It's all about just the lane. So ends up paying off for him to set up a start for his job.
No, it's certainly happening with these kills and the farm that mid one's picking up. It's another smooth sailing for him in the landing stage. I mean, sort of across the board, really. Only Zai that's struggling to get as much as all the other cores here, and only slightly so. Just a little bit behind there with the 22 CS, everyone else in the 30 plus.
They've broken the lanes now, though. OG, they're just going to keep the lion down bottom versus Matu, so he's going to get free farm, but Seb, he's going to start getting those Ags to work. He did build up his treads and his soul ring this game. Last game, he just went like, what, brown boots earn, and he was a lot weaker. This one, he's actually at a little bit more HP, so maybe he will be a little bit better of a frontliner, but it still is an Ags rush. So it's still going to be that quick one for the Gyro this game.
They go in onto Zai. They've got the level 6 cooldowns out from mid one. That's kind of as soon as Zai made it back to lane, OG able to kill him off once again. 7 minutes in, the 4 deaths on this top lane now. Zai is giving quite a bit over towards mid one.
And now he doesn't really have a good place to go himself on this Monkey King, because if he does, he might just have to go back top, but he's always at risk of dying as he's going to do the long trek all the way back up there. So call down's going to be back up within the next like 30 seconds by the time that he gets back up there. So they could just look to make a move. No tail, he'll get a pull off, trying to maximize, get his levels, throw his armor onto mid lane, onto Topson so that he's safe. 20 armor Ricky right now.
Mid. They're looking for the setup. Stacks up. He's got the control. They're going to be able to get another here for Topson.
Oof, Topson's, he's going to have a really rough game versus this Ricky. I feel like Topson's just going to be able to always focus fire him because they, like we said, they don't really have a good frontliner. So I feel like there's going to be great ways for OG to always get into the backlines versus these squishies.
Yeah, I mean, their front line is going to be the chaotic offering, right? That's what's going to be on the front this column.
Yep.
So, of course, not necessarily the best thing to have, as OG will probably be able to bring the golem down pretty quickly with the amount of punch these heroes are going to get quite early on.
Got a stun strike, looking for Soxa, but they can't quite set up from Zai's so low. Zai's level 4. Soxa's almost 6 on
Level
Lion.
4. Ooh. Yapso's got more HP than Zai. As, of
really
course,
does.
just those times that Zai was knocked out of the lane and Yapso was able to get some for himself.
Secret's going to need some big plays to get them to come back after this laning phase. The Invoker and Monkey King are so shut down, and they don't have good places to go. They can get hunted so easily by Gyro or Ricky. And look at Topson.
Oh, he's out.
Puppy dewarding.
He's ready for action. Puppy, he can't TP out of this Saxa. Puts a stop to it. Topson having that start, definitely making up for the shortcomings of the Snapfire last game so far. A brilliant opening this time on his Ricky.
And look, he buys, so he's buying all early game items, right? Double Wraith Band, Orbital Corrosion into treads. He even buys 2 sentries for himself, for the team. Because his supports are kind of suffering. He wants to be able to have those sentries to cover himself and to be able to counteract Secret. I actually love that. Because he's having such a good start, he knows he can sacrifice a little bit of his net worth for it. Soxa, level 6 already. Getting into the enemy triangle. He's got finger threat versus, again, I'm gonna keep reiterating, very squishy heroes on Secret. So the fact that they've gotten this type of start on OG, 3k lead, Alchemist getting the farm up. It's already got 3 components.
In the last game, we did see OG come out on top of the laning stage, but this time it's definitely even more significant. This sort of lead this early as top there, looking to punish Zai yet again.
He's got vision, though. He has a ward, so he sees Soxa.
Well, look at this move from Top. I mean, Topson's coming right around, but it does a DB, and it's a little hard for Soxa to join on this one. I say that Zai's stepping out.
Ooh, Topson, he's very sneaky. He might be able to get this. Yeah, they see Zai.
Middle tower is under attack.
It's going to try and start things, Topson.
Do they have a finger?
They're able to get the missile in. As Topson, he'll have another jump in a second. Zai able to dodge the damage of the missile and starting to salve up. And then that means he's at an HP that Topson can't go for the kill. Topson actually ends up losing his courier whilst he's as deep as he is, so he won't have any one for this one. He might find a puppy kill, and he does. He's able to take it. Can Nisha do anything in response? Dropping the cold snap out onto the Ricky, but backup's here. Balance strike is down on the 3 of them, but they've got the Impale Zai. Yeah, he's able to dodge the finger. It was cute, but it weren't cute enough. As Zai still ends up going down. Thompson, he's ready to start cleaning up for more. Trying to move over towards Nisha. Matu trying to get him off him. The Thompson jumping forward. Trick to the trade. Nisha goes down. Does end up landing the Sunstrike from his deathbed, though, as they will punish Thompson for the dive. But still getting those kills. OG continuing to rack up the numbers.
Yeah, and they get Matu's courier, and Seb, he sees a stack, and he's about to have the Ags finished up. He's cleaning this one up, and such a quick surround. OG, they all got there somehow, except for the tree, but 4 heroes collapsing so quick. Yapsor will be forced away. He won't be able to steal last hits, or maybe will he?
He
gets one.
Did you say Seb's Ags done? This game, Thompson on mid one. The gyro. Speed up his farm. Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
100% gyro. Boom.
Oh, here we have it. See if mid one can do it this time round. Nice and early Aghanims, and likewise as in the last game, it will boost his potential to farm.
It feels so much better this game though. And it feels like they don't need to force the issue as hard either, because Gyrocopter's going to be able to get this crazy amount of scaling too. It feels like last game maybe they pushed it too hard, and Secret just addressed that in an incredible manner. So this one now maybe being a little bit more patient, because they're so far ahead at this point. They don't need to force it. You know, they can just chill, play regular Dota rather than being super chaotic and forcing too much. As they've got Secret completely on the back foot. Like the Midas just got picked up. 12 minutes, 50 seconds. Super late for your usual exhorts. Secret's still not... Puppy's still not 6. He's Fatal Bond farming a hard camp.
He's nearly there. His camp will
nearly there. And they need it. They really need that chaotic offering to stop the invasion that's coming from OG. As we see, the gyro, he's going to look to fight. Every time he has cooldown up, he's going to charge into the Secret lineup. So they really do need that chaotic offering to be that frontliner that they are lacking.
Absolutely. Mid one this game, he's at the perfect start. 2-0-4. He's been fed in Aghanims. It couldn't get any better of a beginning, really, as the gyro this game. We'll see how he's able to pull it off from here.
Yep. And they've even... They slowed down Matu a little bit too. He's got the Diffusal Blade in about 100 gold, and he's about to hit the 12. So he's still doing really damn well, but they have slowed down because of that pressure that they were able to apply. And now we just have some downtime where Seb, he's going to queue up the next Ags. Gonna look to farm that one. That will probably be the Ricky, I'd imagine.
No, you think so? I think so.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stacks from some juicy mug golems as well. So, I mean, these stacks, they're going to push him very close to being well on the way to that second Ags.
And there's no way for Secret to really get into that jungle at all because of how the start has gone. They don't have the heroes to walk in there. Zai, he's still just on massive road to recovery. FaZe and the Orb of Corrosion, he's just level 7.
Start got completely shut down by this no-tail mid-one lane of the Treant and Gyro. They punished him perfectly.
I wonder what he even goes for, if he's just going to be like a BKB and just damage soaking like he did in the last game. Because that usually tends to be how Zai does do these games for the team. As SNY finish now for mid one, and like you said, lots of stacks to work with. He's got the BKB queued. They can still look to fight, but I think you ideally want to just wait for him to farm that one. You don't need to force anything when you're this far ahead. 7,000 gold advantage.
That's true. I mean,
just chill.
In that sense as well, does it surprise you a bit that he doesn't pick up the Maelstrom on the gyro to sort of add to his potential, especially getting given such an early Ags? I mean, is it just not necessary?
Maybe a bit surprised. I think maybe just because the last game he just doesn't want to be fragile, and it's why it's a good pickup on gyro. Gyro just needs mobility. No, damage is going to come out.
It's just if you're skipping it, you know what I mean? I feel like when you are getting given an Ags, if you imagine having a quick Ags and Maelstrom on this hero, likewise with the Monkey King, it's going to propel you a lot. But we'll see how it plays out for him, as you say. Just building in a fashion that means that there's really no excuses for him dying in a team fight. He should be I think it's pretty invincible.
Yeah, I think it's just, there's no greed in this. This is just very straightforward. Don't need to do anything finicky. Don't need to do anything funny. You've gotten away with such a big lead. Just play regular Dota now from this point forward. And just let your Alchemist keep gifting those Ags away.
Yep, and he's
got some really good ones.
He's pretty much got the second Ags done in with this camp, Seb.
Like, they're feeling really good. That's what you're seeing them taunt and everything. They're just able to sit back with an Alchemist and farm, and Secret can't punish. And Secret's aware of that. They're just trying to maximize their farm around the map. You know, they're not looking to smoke or do any type of invasion. They know if they try, they're going to get completely annihilated in the fight. So they have to wait for OG to come to them a bit and get their farm back up. As Nisha, he still is very far behind. You know, bots Midas. He may have, you know, 6.3k net worth, but the fact that it's a bot Midas really is him a lot weaker in the actual fights. Yep, there it is. The Ags gifted to Thompson.
All right.
Immediately injected up to 11.4k net worth, and he's got Diffusal at the same time, pretty much.
Well, let's see. Now, 8k lead. And with this setup, with the Alchemist giving the Ags, you know, that's 17 minutes in, and they have 2 cores that are very far ahead of that of Secret. Zai giving a whole lot of info to start the action off as they jump in onto Saxa. Take down the Lion. Overgrowth will catch and control Zai. So get the Monkey King in return.
They got to run now, though. Ricky's coming over. He's got the Diffusal coming on the courier in just a second. It's going to be delivered. And, oh, a Vambrace, too. Let's pick up for OG. Probably see that Ricky picked that one up. And yeah, just continue to get this farm. Very comfortable spot. Get the Gyro BKB, and then you can really force the issue on OG and Secret. Their heroes don't really do much versus that BKB when it's going to be coming in.
No, not at all.
They're going to have to kite it really hard, and it's not going to be easy because he's got an S and Y too. So kiting that, they don't have any points in upheaval either, as I see from Puppy. So kiting it is going to be really difficult.
And with this build up from Nisha as well, you know, the Midas bots, Blink, what does this sort of say to you? Does this say he wants to be jumping, finding backliners in the fight, or is this Blink sort of built for just split pushing and trying to stop OG from being in a position where they can run 5 down mid and they're having to try and deal with this Invoker pushing out the side lanes?
It's like splitting and positioning. Like, he just can't get, if he gets jumped by Ricky, he's dead. So he just has to be completely aware of the fights and just be able to get out as soon as OG does look to start going. OG is going to start ramping up that pressure really soon. Mid one's about to have it finished, about to have that BKB done. And then that mid tower, that's going to be the target. OG is going to heavily commit for it. Secret, they've got to be really well prepared, and it's just not looking like an easy fight. I'm not sure how they're going to be able to do it.
This is definitely challenging spot for Secret, but that's, you know, after the many wins we've seen from them, this is what we like to see. We want to see a team such as Secret be tested, and they certainly will right now. Down 9k here, 18 minutes in.
I just don't know when they're able to fight versus all this. OG's actually going to force the Roche, and Secret can't fight there.
All right.
So similar approach as last time, but they just stalled out a little bit longer, right? They waited for the BKB. They gave themselves a little bit more time so that they're safer. Secret starting to move over, at least with Matu. He sees 7. It's one little
he can't go in on this. They've got to give space.
He's countered. That's the thing too. Is like the Slark this game. You see that Matu has to go for BKB because he's versus Ricky, so he can't actually play reckless at all in this one because he just gets caught by a smoke screen and he's dead. As OG now with quick moves around, Soxa is setting up Nisha.
Almost got his own Blink Sax. Actually changing it up, Nisha as well. He's just queued up the B dead now, but for that same reason as Matu needing it.
At least then he can just like BKB, run out of the smoke, get Ghost Walk off, and then reset positioning. So
oh, I like this as well.
Might need Blink anyway on top, but
oh no, I don't like that. Mid one. He had the rapier Q for a second, and then he was like, actually, I want to be even more indestructible. So on top of the S&Y and the BKB and the Ags, he's also going to go straight for that Satanic. So going for the full tanky boy build on this Gyro. He really doesn't want to die.
I don't think he will. I really don't think he will if he does get away with getting that. As OG. They've got a Force Staff also on Seb. So now he's starting to build his own item, and he is tanky. You know, 1600 HP on this Alk. OG's gotten away with everything this game.
Well, Nisha hiding in the trees. He's able to get the jump. Straight in over towards Yapsor. Yapsor goes down. Seb. Concoction out on a Puppy. If they can dive for this, Zai by Puppy's side. Mid one, he's ready to play aggressive. He feels very strong right now with his BKB.
He feels invulnerable.
And the Aegis.
he knows like if they run into him, he will kill absolutely all of them. Under acid spray as well with Thompson going ham. Like this is all physical damage that just gets improved by that acid spray.
He's jumping straight away on Nisha. Nisha gonna get out of the cloud in time. He can't. Nisha goes down. Wukong's command is out there. Matu moving in onto Zax. They take down Zax. They now move over towards mid one. Shadow Dance out from Matu. Gotta be a little careful though and get back out of this. Concoction will come off. The smoke screen's down. Thompson, is he able to jump? But he looks for Matu. He's gonna be able to get in, get the kill. They've got the control though. Can they punish Thompson for this dive? They can't. He's straight back out over towards the safety of Seb. As Thompson steps away, OG find 3 and only lose their Lion.
That was their big ult. That was Secret's big defense, or attempted defense with the Wukongs and with the Chaotic Offering, and OG just kills it like it's nothing and just jump from target to target. We're really seeing the fragility of the Secret draft as OG is just able to rip right through them.
A brilliant jump from Thompson to start things. Nisha not getting a chance to throw out anything at all. Yeah, the combos, say they're sort of the fatal bonds, the golem hits onto sort of 3 or 4 of them. It just isn't enough damage. They've been able to live through it throughout it all, and Matu, he's got to start retreating very soon after making an aggressive play, as he knows that this Ricky's just going to be able to run him down.
Hey, the big thing is really the tier 2 still up in OG's diving base. That shows how strong they really are, and just understanding how strong they are. As Zai just gets seen jumping into a tree for a second.
It's a bit risky though from Secret. As they see him, Zai. And he's got backup. Thompson out to the side. They drop the Boundless Strike. Matu's trying to move in. The cloud is down. Sunstrike from Nisha off the mark. Deafening Blast pushes Thompson over towards the side. Now Matu's got to be careful. They're running him down. Tornado from Nisha holds back mid one and Seb momentarily, but the cooldown's there. Matu out to the side in time. Stacks up with a jump forward. Matu pounces down to the ground. He's going to be able to make it back to base, but Zai, he won't. Left out on the map. Zai will fall once again.
That was close. They almost actually got Thompson there. The Sunstrike, if it connected, he was going to go down. The Pounce also not clipping him either, so he's able to reset. And OG is continuing to lead this game and even looking for more. As bottom, the Forge Spirits are summoned. Mid one quickly swings down, cleans them up, and they just continue this aggressive posture. And now a DD also on Thompson.
Oh boy.
They're already setting up. They have this ward. They had this ward up top, and they actually know where the Slark is. They saw Matu kind of swinging up there. They get the scan as well, but Matu, he's leaving. And mid one, how long on his Aegis? He still has a minute, but he is very alone down here.
He's still very tanky. He's going to put the BKB here on his first life. So that will be
and his team's connecting.
Will be a BKB charge, but no lives to be lost. And he's very close, as you can see, to having the Satanic. So still just insane item time is coming out thanks to that acceleration of the Ags. 24 minutes in. Seb. He's heading in for this. They've got the missile going the way of Matu. Matu is going to start poking at Seb. See what sort of backup they can have. Puppy's TP'd into this. Nisha with the BKB is able to come down to Saxa. The golems drop down. Seb on the high ground, caught under the Wukong's command. The cold snap causing him issues as Zai chases down the Alchemist. Matu, Puppy's golem sweeping round, but now with Thompson jumping in for the tricks of the trade. Secret's got to be careful. Matu, he's going to get taken out in the cloud. He goes down. The concoction from Seb out onto Zai. There's another fight where OG, they're able to find 2. They might be able to find more as well. Thompson, he wants to chase. He held back by the telekinesis. He won't get the opportunity. But another 2 kills here for OG. Again, only losing Sax, so they'll take these fights every single time as they continue to get further and further ahead here. 16k lead. OG continuing to dominate this game too.
They're really just running right through them. It's like a lawnmower. I see the Chaotic Offering gets dropped and it gets 3-shotted by Thompson. He's just so far ahead at this point because of all this gold and just a free gifted Ags. He's 11, 1, and 3 on this last pick, Ricky.
Ooh, Puppy. The Ghost Steps a tornado off the mark. It's not going to catch any of them at all as Puppy will go down. Thompson trying to chase Nisha. Nisha makes it away, and only just. His BKB was still on cooldown.
They're getting dove to the base, and this lane still has the tier 1 and tier 2 up. Like, they're just not letting Secret come out at all. And with that vision that they do have, they're defending it very nicely on the side of OG. And yeah, they're giving no hope. They're really not giving any space at all for Secret to breathe. Zai scouting out Thompson. Small moment here.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They close to the next times. The BKB 100 away from the Timberman. Over on the side of OG, just these insane items coming out there. They're already on top of the Satanic. 2,700 gold on mid one. he's ready to start picking up a good portion of that butterfly. There we go. The Eagle song already out. And we see it here. This game 2. I mean, game 1 might have been a bit of a rough one for Mid One, but this second game, he is certainly turning up. 507, 300 CS here at 26 minutes, 23k net worth nearly. You know, this is why OG run the out strat. They can set Mid One up for a game like this, and when he does it right, my goodness, he does it right here, Mid One.
Yeah, him and Thompson are just really popping off. 11-1-4 on the Ricky too. He's just slaughtering anyone he really sees. And yeah, OG, they're chilling. And it's like they've got the BKBs on Secret, but this is just for them to survive, right? This isn't them actually being able to go out and win a fight. This is them able to be able to like reset and perhaps get like a positioning advantage and maybe get like 1 or 2 heroes. But damage is still going to be lackluster. They're going to need the next item to really be able to actually address this massive gyrocopter in Ricky. They're actually poking themselves forward. They are under vision though, so they have to be a little cautious as Thompson is at the ready. Not quite level 20. Doesn't have that crazy blink cast range just yet, but it's soon. Secret just has to stand there as a unit. All 5 right on the high ground.
You can see Nisha even scared to step out for the Midas, having to wait until the creeps come right up to the high ground here, as he does not want to take a step too far. He knows how quick OG will be to pounce.
They might honestly, when they stand as 5 like that, like all in a row, they're probably thinking about, can we explode this Ricky in one combo, right? Like throw out the Meteor, Deafening Blast, Stun Strike, Boundless Strike, Lift, and potentially try for it. It's very hard to execute though.
And they just go and find themselves a Paladin sword here for the Satanic Axe Gyro.
Of course.
Very nice here for Mr. Midbomb.
Dire are scanning.
And his butterfly is done. Soxa's already on the hunt, as they still do have that ward bottom. It's spotting out a little bit of the movements. It sees the Forge Spirits running through, and they saw Nisha.
Oh. Gonna be able to hunt him down. Nisha, if he shows his face again. Matu, he's going in.
To show his face.
All right, they got the Sunstrike down to the Saxon. Matu's going to be able to get the kill. And he's not messing around. BKB Shadow Darts TP out. He's not sticking around for a moment longer than he needs to. And neither's Nisha. They get the kill, they get out.
They know how behind they are. They're just taking anything that they can. Even support kills are worth it. They do right now know that OG is a little bit split up, so maybe Matu is looking for something, walking up onto the high ground, but he's under vision.
Be careful, no ult, no BKB. And Nisha will manage to make sure that OG can't chase for him. They're going to pop the smoke, but still, say 30 seconds, no BKB or Shadow Dance on the Slark, so they're going to have to be cautious how they get Matu involved.
They know they're split, though. They're really trying to take advantage of that fact and maybe just get like 1 or 2 quick kills.
Yep, so it's going to get the jump. Straight away on a Seb. The follow-up Boundless Strike straight down on Seb. Forces off to the side, but they've got the damage. Another hit from Secret. Maybe 21k down, but they're finding any of these small opportunities that OG's leaving left open.
Oh, and they're actually going to be able to maybe reclaim the outpost. So at least they'll get some experience if they're able to hold on to this one. OG.
I mean, they will, yeah.
Down and take it. It's up to Mid One and Thompson if they do want to reclaim it. If they start making the move, then the rest of the team should. But they actually see Nisha for a second, and there's a DD Ricky. He actually took the backstab multiplier too. Point that out. Not going for like the reach with the blink strike, which we usually do see. He just wants more damage. Can't blame him.
All right.
$15 seconds, outpost. Looks Secret's gonna keep it reclaimed. So a little bit of experience that they really need in this game.
Poppy, use the shovel.
Shovel, and they're gonna get 2 bounty runes for them.
Very nice.
Not bad. Small gains as Nisha nearly has Hex.
He's got a lot of money. He's saved up.
Yeah.
He's saved up quite a bit after that BKB. He's been doing a good job of finding money out of a map that, for the most part, OG have had full control of and have made very spooky. We'll see Roshan taken out. Aegis onto Mid One. She's Thompson.
And Mid One's got it queued up.
Yes, now with the Aghanims, the S and Y, the BKB, the Satanic, he's absolutely in a position where he can very, very confidently pick up the Divine Rapier.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So here we go.
He just walks into the high ground. Matu gonna start building up some stacks.
Yampy down onto Mid One. Will take away quite a bit of his mana here, but mid one's still standing ground, sieging these barracks. They've got to pop the fortification. As Matsu, he's dead!
Oh my god.
Oh, he's gone! Straight away dying at the start of this fight. He's got a buyback available. Zai, he's dropping the Wukong's command. Matsu will buy back. N0tail popping the overgrowth. Zai trying to keep himself hidden in the trees. But the concoction takes him out. Matsu jumps over towards Thompson. They have the Sunstrike. Is it a burst? No, it's not enough. Thompson able to get the cheese off in time. They couldn't quite do it as Thompson will live. Jumps over towards Matsu. They force him back to the base. They'll keep him alive. Zai trying to get back into the safety of the fountain, but the tricks the train. The E-blade from Thompson. He kills Zai in the fountain.
Oh, that was just fancy.
As that's the GG. Well, there we have it. OG. They turn it up here in game 2. They hit back. Other than Secret did in game 1. 24-9, 28k lead. They sort of stuck to their guns here with it. The draft opening. 3 same heroes. They run it back. They switch it up a little. They get Thompson arguably on a hero that he was destined to have much better of a game on than the attempt with the snap.
monkey is like sad. It's like, yeah, not even wearing glasses.
This is the first game where OG has to play up into a first pick IO. They, of course, have played against IO once before, where Alliance did IO and Weaver against them. But yeah, this will be...
Is this also, I think this is Secret's first IO this DPC League? When's the last time they played it? Could you look that up for me?
I can, yeah.
Good. And there are definitely... What?
3 months ago.
That's quite a while ago.
Back when Sven was a hero.
Oh.
They lost that game, though, to Alliance.
Earth Spirit is a flex pick for OG. We know Saxa plays it. We know Topson plays it, but...
I have been waiting for them to start opening with this hero for so long. You know, Ember Spirit was the first 2 for this squad for a while. It's been nerfed somewhat hard, that fallen out of favor in the meta, but Earth Spirit just seems beast mode. You get this early Veil, Yols, whatever it is you want to buy. BKB. Yeah. You're like 2,500 health, 15 armor, and amazing initiation and damage output.
Oh, so this is the same opening that Brame in EU lower division has also done before. IO Tusk, if they put it in the same lane, it's really hard to deal with. Tag team, they're kind of same between the two. And the IO, he goes for Helmet Dominator, into Ags. I think it's Kaya Sanj and BKB, so super aggressive. If this is obviously a carry IO, this could just simply be your 4-on-5 and nothing too creative, but the opportunity of a carry +5 Tusk is there.
That is an excellent pick.
Yep, all right.
Good response, lots of armor. Makes Tusk feel way weaker.
Yep. You're playing against 2 strength heroes already. We saw Secret utilize it. You want to keep it out of their hands as well. And really just one of the more underrated heroes, it feels like, in this patch right now. Even though it's picked a bunch. But I think
feel like it's banned a lot.
Yeah, it's banned quite often.
The nerf to Bat was a huge buff to Timbersaw.
I think it was still always as strong. Of course, what you're saying about Batrider is very true. I think Timbersaw as a hero, though, is always been a very big nuisance in this patch so far. It's always been present in everyone's mind. Like when you think of like the offlaners, it's Bristle, Tide, and Timber. They've always been kind of the narrative for most of these panels.
Just wins lanes so consistently, makes the game really hard. It makes drafting a lot harder too.
Especially if Secret did want to run this as a carry IO plus Tusk 5, this lane's going to feel like nothing into Timbersaw. Maybe level 1, level 2, they'll be pretty strong. If they tri-lane it and go aggressive with Tusk, they can of course kill Timber 2-3 times. But when Timber gets to level 3+, the whole kind of story of that lane changes, where he kind of becomes self-sufficient and Earthspirit gets to play out into the map.
I'm just hype. Honestly, it worked, but
there's no Alchemist.
We had 2 out games. Erased them from memory. Now it's 1 BO1 remaining.
It's a single game, Carl.
One
a
game.
best of 1.
Secret wins, they get a clean sweep.
It is Shiva.
It really is not.
OG need to guarantee their spot at TI.
OG has to win a single game to get to the major. Just one best of 1. And Purge will agree as well.
It's not a best of 1. It's 1 game of the last game of the best of 3. Purge will agree with me, hopefully. But last time,
what do you guys think about Grimstroke?
Like that.
You have to. The shield's too good.
It's a very good hero to pair with the Earthspirit. I'm thinking about heroes that secure lanes and then suddenly play together into the map. So that's kind of the idea of this ban.
And you also have a ton of space. It's like the game Insania was playing it against Nigma, where you never really feel pressure because of these 2 strength heroes with 1 billion health just crushing everything in front of them.
Also, Topson plays at mid with the E-Blade. If you pair that with the Earthspirit as well. Now very, very strong. And a bind. Oof, so many options here with this Grimstroke. Very good ban from Secret.
Very nice.
A single ban, but so much meaning.
How about the Bloodseeker single ban, if you want to continue on that train of thought?
It's stops both of these heroes, right? They can no longer play the way we were discussing, where they are now forced to stand still. They don't want to stand still. They want to run at enemies. They're strong. They're strength.
I do love how Secret, they revalue this PA super highly. In like the last 3 of their games outside of this series, pretty much when Timber's playing it every time. And also, it never really got touched in the patch. So the fact that Secret picks it so highly, but also bans it quite often, should be an indicator to a lot of other teams. Like, guys, this hero, it's it's hot. Look at it.
Blur farming Ancients is pretty nuts. Finding initiations with Blur is pretty OP. You have this awesome timing with your Battle Fury, Desto, Battle Fury, BKB. Your talents are still great.
Everything's pretty good.
I think Blur is definitely, I mean, I know you said Blur like 8 times there, but like it is like the best thing about the hero in some ways, because it just makes it so much harder for them to gank you as well. Because even if you are on a creep wave showing, they don't know exactly where you are, which makes initiations just completely different.
No, it's a really good point. And it's this concept of vision that is more important the higher level Dota the game is. So because it's all about trading in information, and better teams use information more efficiently. So just.
And also, just better teams in general use vision, even observers to a higher level. You know, like they won't place wards when, you know, in the moment, they'll place it for the fight. They'll place it in areas that they look to move into eventually, rather than the place they currently are standing in.
Yep.
It's always, you know, it's a very deep game that we often don't actually get to see properly. I think, or at least it's not properly kind of analyzed because it's so quickly kind of pushed through.
Yeah.
No, you probably could spend more time just analyzing and breaking down a game, at least twice as long as the actual game goes on, if you really tried to get into even just one aspect.
I mean, when we're, you know, the early stages of the game, those 4 players, the 4 supports in the game, they do so much that you can definitely just spend time only talking about them.
5 position, life, perennially underrated.
Seconds remaining.
Ignored.
Or if your OG, it's all about Thompson and what he does to make all those support sides miserable in the right game.
They ban out the tree. I think that makes sense, considering you already have so much of an issue right now with damage output. And
physical clear.
No Tails tree armor spam did seem very effective, and they take the Weaver. I love that
That's
pick.
so good. Yeah, it's really good.
Do Bugs proc tag team? Don't believe they do, because they're like not true units, but either way, tons of minus armor, physical damage amplification, and from what we've seen so far in this league, the best pairing with Wisp.
Also, tag team only applies to summons that Tusk creates, not others summons. So just for future reference, like if you ever Tusk with anyone else, it's not good as if it's going to be like, whoa, damage, it's Tusk. Yep.
Weaver, this is late game. Weaver is putting bugs on targets, and
oh my god.
IO.
Don't bring up the shard.
But they're on different teams, Shiva.
Yeah, it doesn't even work.
Oh, they're in different teams.
Yeah.
No one missed it.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say. I was worried you're gonna hit.
I heard the Weaver, and it's like, okay, you know what? I just assumed that it was gonna be it.
Yeah.
This secret draft is, it's very much a first pick draft because we don't really know enough about it. It's a little clunky right now, but their last 2 picks will hopefully bring it together. And in theory, it'll be their 1 and 2, or they'll decide the Wisp is core. Although I don't know if you really want to play core Wisp anymore into these 3 heroes. This is spooky.
I want OG to pick like a strong kind of black hole counter or some cancel. Like technically, Wyvern here is amazing, especially against the physical damage of the Tusk, the Tether, the Enigma. But like, it's such a weak hero. I'm worried. Exactly, it's like so hard to pick the hero right now. But the idea is they need to answer this black hole in some form, because we've seen so many games.
It's okay against the Tusk too.
Maybe. I don't know how well it is as a hero nowadays, but
neither do I.
A core Venge.
Ags Venge,
sub 50%.
Mid Venge.
Divine Nub.
Interesting.
It's worse than it used to be, for sure. You just don't have as much right click, so you have to rely on spells. So if you can cast a lot of spells and get trades and kills, then it's fine, but it's not as effective. Even though Ags is good again.
This will be one of the first Enigma games that we've seen in the last 2 or 3 European play days where it's like pretty much every time Enigma's played, he has to hit the black hole or the fight's over. Oh, they do go with Wyvern.
Oi! Very nice.
It's a very OG pick, right? Yeah. They've used this in a number of TI finals, and while it's a weaker hero in the patch, the laning prowess specifically is just not there anymore. The base damage is so low. To your point, it is perfect. It answers the questions you had with the draft. How do you interrupt black hole? How do you deal with the physical damage threat?
Because I was going to say, like, the point I was making about Enigma was there's been so many series where it's been Enigma versus the world, and like he isn't able to hit these black holes because it's all by himself. And that's where kind of Secret are putting themselves in that position. But I'd like to see them hit some more team fight within their draft. Because if it is just Enigma versus the world, and now there's a Wyvern, there's a lot of pressure on Secret to have good lanes, especially when they're into a Timbersaw, and then rely on the Enigma in the game. Pre-Lincolns, it's going to be pretty rough.
It's pretty sick against Enigma too, because Curse is even better because of Necro summons. Everyone's buying Necro now.
Yeah.
And Winter's Curse gives you attack speed, and Necro units attack really fast with bonus attack.
That is good in the lane matchup, but Ursa hates playing against Weaver Wyvern. You have a BKB piercing ultimate now if it's not used on the Enigma. Weaver, in theory, sure. If the Ursa gets to a point where you have a couple of items plus Abyssal, you can in concept kill Weaver, but he has a save behind him too. Like, this is not great matchup wise.
So OG right now, their draft really plays on kind of the greediness of Secret's heroes. They have the lane counters and kind of just the tempo they bring to the game. I think the big issue will be going into the mid to late portion. It's a lot of pressure on basically the Enigma versus Wyvern duel. Who kind of gets what spell off first, who's covering each other. And if the Ursa is able to get to 3-4 items, he can lock down this very evasive Weaver. But if he doesn't, then of course, we've seen so many times before, Weaver just runs kind of rampant across the map.
And we're still assuming that the Enigma is going to be played by Zai, correct?
I think Yapsor. I actually think Zai's going to play the Tusk.
Okay.
Yeah, with a position
And
5.
Puppy Wisp.
The thing is, though, because the thing is, if you think in the
Unless it goes
past,
mid.
Puppy
4 and
used to
3
be
Tusk.
having 3 signature heroes. It was Chen, Enchantress, and Enigma.
I feel
True. It's a
Is
good
it not
point.
just like a 3 and 4 IO Tusk off
Yeah,
duo?
yeah, you're
Good
right,
punch.
you're right. Because that makes more sense than putting it on Yapsor. You just let Puppy play it in the safe lane, and it gets your Ursa that XP advantage, which is all he really needs to be able to take out Timbersaw. But if you look at these four heroes against each other, the OG damage output and threat just seems so much greater at the moment. Almost all of Secret's heroes are single target, whereas OG just kind of expels damage from their pores.
They do, but it's also damage that exists within laning phase up until 1 or 2 tanky items come out from Secret, right? Like they are kind of a level dependent lineup.
The Bristle Band's necessary. It's really heads up.
Trying to
Why?
think.
'Cause with-
Yeah.
Why?
What's the heads up, bud?
Oh, you
Zai,
just-
they're
you just
having
done
a
it,
lot of fun about this last pick, by the way.
They're giggling.
They're giggling. What's it going to be?
Something's going to be revealed here, and it's like suddenly, you know, it's Tusk in this weird row versus elsewhere. Let's find out.
Maybe
Maybe the
I think it's-
Medusa will make an appearance. It's been a while since we saw Nisha and Medusa.
A clear lack of damage between the support duo pre-level 6 is a key thing that Secret can utilize, especially with this greediness of the mid lane.
Leshrac? I just,
Okay.
I don't know. You need damage. You
Yeah.
need AoE damage. You'd love to have something that hits towers a bit and a Wisp partner, right? I mean, Ursa is in theory, but
Yeah, the key thing is the first 3 heroes in Secret's draft leave a couple question marks because you're trying to work out what's really happening.
okay.
They just go for an Ember. Again, this weakness of the support duo moving into mid will be clear. Maybe right now, Topson's asking for the mid Earth Spirit because he sees the Ember and just wants a 1v1 duel there.
This was not a very funny pick. I don't know why they were laughing.
Maybe they're laughing
I
at
like
something
it.
else.
Yeah, they
I
must have
mean,
been.
roots against Timber and Weaver are excellent. It's
I mean,
pretty
he's
good.
laughing.
Oh, no.
They're all laughing.
They're all laughing.
remaining.
What is
I'm just
going on
weird.
here? They must have
Okay,
just
so
told each
2
other the
scenarios.
same joke.
Topson's either A, asked for a really weird hero mid. Okay, A. It was just option A.
Your hero.
That is
That was
it's
it.
a pretty nasty Clinks game. You have the same issue as an Ursa against Weaver and Clinks now. How do you stick to them, especially with the threat of a Wyvern coming in? The laning matchup for Ember is rough, and Enigma also gets eaten alive by Clinks.
It is a Zai, Enigma, and a Puppy Io.
Yeah, this is it. Pretty much every time we've seen Enigma in the last 3 or 4 European days, it's always been Enigma versus the world. And it kind of feels like the same thing here where Secret, they need to have this like insane entry to laning phase to open up the game. Otherwise, it is all about, okay, let OG run at you, hit the black hole. And when you have this curse on top of you, Topson getting to play the same style as game 2, then yeah, I think OG has a kind of a nicer draft for pace.
Final thoughts on the draft from you, Purge?
Like the safe lane for OG, it'll be fine against Enigma plus Tusk. Neither hero should die if they don't make mistakes. I think I like what OG has better. Their disables are weak, but I like the core matchups.
I would agree, but keep in mind, we've only seen Weaver really succeed with the Wisp pairing.
Yeah.
That's when it looks insane. There isn't really a steroid for him in this time, and it's going to come down to, I think, this mid matchup. If Ember gets ahead, then you have an Ember and Ursa, the Tether coming in, the Enigma applying pressure on the side lane. Suddenly, you just kill the squishies. Whereas if Clinks gets ahead, especially if it's an Orchid Rush or something.
Yeah, what Topson's showing up
Rough.
basically. You know,
Yeah.
he's got his last pick once again. He's had 1 bad last pick, 1 good last pick.
Yeah.
He's got another last pick. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, this game's going to be very hard.
Feast or famine.
Okay, well, for them, indeed, it is also, if they win, they are going a major without tiebreakers. Otherwise, they're going to have to go through those 3-way tiebreakers, best of ones. Very scary. Let's see how this game 3 is going to play out together with Only Pixel and Fog.
Yes, that deciding game 3 now between OG and Team Secret Fogged. We've got some exciting stuff we saw, especially from OG on their faces. They look to be very excited to bring out this Topson Clinks to close up their lineup. What do you make of this? Is this going to be a solid game from OG yet again, like we saw in game 2? Are we going to see Secret hit back with the ferociousness we got to witness from them in the opening game of this series?
I'm not sure, Owen. I'm seeing a lot of potential for stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Wyvern overall as a hero, but it has its always versus Enigma, so I can see why they would pick it up with that. Usually I do like to see it with some type of combo pairing. Earth Spirit's okay. It's not phenomenal though. Usually it's like some type of AoE stun, so you have a follow-up with the curse. Earth Spirit can at least like blanket a magnetize and a silence, like stuff like that. And they at least have like swarm as well, right? The curse plus the swarm gets applied, then Clinks can go to town afterwards when the curse done ends. So It's not your most, you're not your best combos, but at least there's something there. Secret, not the biggest IO team. They're still running it this time around, and I'm curious to see how they're gonna make it work, because they've strayed away from this hero quite a lot anyway, even if it is so.
Let's find out here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ourselves into this third game of the series. What do you sort of make of the potential for mid one this game on the Weaver? I mean, as the panel pointed out, a lot of the times where we have seen Weaver look pretty good, it has been when it's been backed up by the IO. This time around, of course, mid one, he's going to be doing it without that sort of enabling support that's going to allow him to do much outside of his own individual toolkit.
It's going to be a lot of kiting, I feel like, from both sides. Very limited catch really being in the game. Like, you have your Malefice stun, you have your tag team, you've got some root from the Ember, which I think that's why they went for this on Nisha, because they wanted to have some better forms of catch versus the Weaver. I think he could definitely like weave in and out of the fights pretty decently because there is that lack of disable, but I've literally only seen Weaver work with IO. I'm the same with the panel a bit. I've been a little bit hesitant on the hero a lot of the times, unless it's just like a phenomenal Weaver game, or if he has IO. So we'll see if he can make it work. And yeah, I think this one should be pretty action-packed.
Well, let's see. And with the lane setups, is there any sort of matchup here that you feel is going to be rather one-sided early on?
I feel like Timber could really suffer. I'm going to be watching bottom lane a lot because IO enables the Ursa to really be able to push the issue versus that Timber star. I don't know how this mid matchup goes. I don't think I've had to see Clinks versus Ember. Clinks does pretty good versus a lot of melee matchups because you literally just hit them.
Yeah, I feel Clinks. I think Clinks is going to do fine.
Yeah, that's like a pretty good lane for him.
That's a lot of damage.
He's gonna have to. Yeah, Nisha's gonna have to spend a lot of money on regen. So maybe he's gonna be able to get these last hits, but he's gonna have to spend that extra gold himself topped off. And yet it's eyes on Saksa. He's just gonna pull the waves. Okay, so that's gonna be the solution rather than having to deal with laning to manipulate it. And Puppy, he's gonna just follow him. He's got the tether on the creep. He's just gonna hit him the whole way. And I think they were prepared for this to happen. You know, they have that ward already placed down early on from Puppy on the high ground, so they can just follow Saksa, keep tabs of him the whole time, and just keep hitting him with that creep.
Oh, doing quite a bit of damage with that. Seb coming across, trying to stop Puppy from going any further, but tether over to Batu. He's going to be able to keep himself fine. And then what in that top lane? Is this a difficult one for mid one to farm into?
They should be able to clean up some Eidolons, but yeah, I think he's going to get slowed down a decent amount just because it's Enigma. You know, Enigma's always going to get those free denies off, and if Zai is careful, he should be able to protect the Eidolons, especially at this early level. No tell, he doesn't have Splinter Blast. Once he starts getting Splinter Blast points, they can look to clean up those Eidolons, but first few levels, mid one will mid.
I'm sort of looking at this top lane, talking about Zai on the Enigma. Does this sort of strike you as a pretty solid Enigma game?
Yeah, looks real good. Very strong versus Timberstar always. Like it a lot versus Wyvern pretty much at all stages in the game too. They both kind of counteract each other a lot, so I do like it. And just a super strong hero right now is Nisha is just taking an absolute beating in the mid lane. So he's like we said, he's got 13 last hits, he's holding his own, but yeah, he's gonna have to spend a little extra on that. Regen bottles here, might have to bring extra. And I'm looking at OG, look at how many sentries they brought to this top lane. 3 sentries to be able to protect the Weaver and just to protect maybe these like camps so they can try to get some pulls because Yapsor is being a nuisance. He's always just gonna walk over, block the small camp, block the pulse inside. Now no tail.
Getting a little low here on the mid lane. Saxa did try for Nisha, but Nisha able to hold him back with the chains.
Because the reason we don't see Wyvern too often is how weak you really can be in that laning aspect. Because every time your Arctic Burn is used, you're just a liability. You're just really at risk of dying every time. Yapsor again, still level 1, but the most important thing he has to do in the game is block the pull. Do not let Wyvern reset the position of the lane. They will be able to get the Sentry Ward themselves. Now No-Tail though, in some trouble. Yapsor on him again.
Yapsor pretty much able to walk in aggressively and step out of these boots and windlace. They never really want to waste time chasing him, so he can get a lot of free damage in on the 2 of them.
They're getting pretty low up here, though. Do they have any regen on either? They don't yet on OG. They have a courier coming out with 1 set of tangos, but they are quite low. These Eidolons, it's going to start whittling them down pretty effectively. Mid one.
They're about to hit 2 on Yapsor.
They're trying to get onto him. Still level 1. He now hits 2. And oh yeah, No-Tail has to go back to base. So he's running all the way back, and mid one, that's gonna leave him pretty sad top.
Got the 4-minute rune. It's gonna be down bottom. Nisha. He's not gonna be able to pick this one. Can he go for the slide
He's gonna
play?
try.
Or
Saxa knows he's trying for it.
oh, he tries, but Saxa able to grab that and make sure that Nisha doesn't get
10k game senses. And as the Earth Spirit leaves the bottom lane, Seb was actually doing pretty well down here, but as soon as the Earth Spirit leaves, he starts to get pressured. And an interesting item build from Seb. He's actually got double break. It's kind of rare. I don't see that on tip. Mid. They're going for Thompson.
So they can finish him off. They can. And they get Nisha out of it, though. Saxa off the mark with the roll, but he is able to land the kick.
Ooh. The dream as a support. Your mid laner dies, you TP in and get that experience. Very nice for Saxa. Good rotation from Puppey, something unexpected. You know, the IO making that TP move early on. He did see a nice opportunity for it. And Zai is getting away with, he's getting this full free farm up top. That's huge. A lot of the times we do see Enigmas, they start to get pushed away, especially when the Tusk does start to leave them, or their secondary support starts to leave them. Zai hasn't happened to him.
Not at all.
He's denying his Eidolons nicely.
And you feel what sort of a big part of the reason why he's able to play this well up top is because that No-Tail can only do so much as a Wyvern in this scenario.
Yeah, it takes you have to hit level 2 for your Splinter Blast to even be online, and you're really just, Arctic Burn is just such a liability spell in the laning phase. Doesn't really do much of anything as they just sustain right through it. And the book's almost going to be up there for as they're bringing some even more reveal. Not gonna have to not worrying about relying on sentries this time around for the side of Secret. They're bringing Dust to try to kill the Weaver because OG, as we said, they started with 3 sentries top. Saxa looking for this another rune here. 3 seconds.
Top this time, Nisha. Keep it safe for himself. Not an offensive rune though. Still gonna try for something on Thompson. Back up there for Saxa. Quick slide of fist dodge. Will keep it safe for the roll. The dust is out. Thompson. He is going to get taken down here as Nisha and Yaps are able to dive in under the tower. Kill. Get some good damage onto Saxa here. He's got full stick though. Nisha. Regen rune going. Saxa. Is he able to cancel it? He is. Breaks the regen.
It's a little bit of a worry, though, that Thompson is dead twice now. Right? He does have the Falcon Blade. He is getting good farm in the mid lane, but you know, the panel did talk about it's very feast or famine for Thompson in these games, where he's either off to a killer start where he's just assassinating everybody, or he is dying a lot. And it already has happened twice now. Gonna have to back up and just resort to jungle as Nisha's having a really good start in mid.
No, for sure. Especially when it came to CS, and say playing with the regen, it was a little risky, and Zeb taken down, can't escape in time with the chains.
And Zai's still fine up here. If the catapult wave comes in, he's able to clear that one out quickly with an Eidolon. And Saxa, he's trying to punish this.
They're diving in.
Zai, is he able to get away? He's high level.
I mean, they've got the silence. Is there any sort of save for Zai? There's not. Zai goes down. Nisha, could he get anything in return? He's going to turn towards Saxa. The 3 of them running down the Earth Spirit and No-Tail, as No-Tail will try for the TP out. Remnant jump over to the side, but No-Tail's going to get away. They'll just get Saxa out of this. The rest of OG able to back off in time.
That was pretty close for them. Not even like if Zai lives another fraction of a second or something, he might be able to turn for Black Hole. That was really scary for OG. They're able, and good for them that they're able to get away for mid one. Definitely seeing some great lanes coming out from Secret though. So Ursa's getting a free start in the game. Ember's getting a free start, and your Enigma is not getting punished. He did get punished once, but he's already got that book 1 timing. Weaver is going to suffer in the lane a lot, as not level 6 just yet. They don't have a real for him up here, though. The dust was used before by Zai, so they don't have another one to look for the kill before he is 6. But with Book, I think they could really look to surround and start pressuring top super hard. Nisha, he's got an Arcane Rune, too. He's going to start making the swing toward top. He sees that it's an Earth Spirit farming mid. Knows Clinks is just jungling. Seeing opportunities to pressure as there's the book 1. No-Tail. Able to fly away.
Nisha did pop the Arcane. He might want to try and dive for these. Trying to grab No-Tail, starting to bring him down with this slider fist spam. I mean, almost slider fist alone would have just done it. And he's in with the remnants, clears out the trees. There's no escape for the Wyvern. Nisha gets a kill out of it. He's going to look towards mid one.
Thompson's here too, so is Toxa.
See what they can set up on as they go in. On to Zai. Zai, gonna get some heals over from Puppey. Oh, no!
Oh, what the?
Oh, no! All right, I mean, it works out. Maybe not. No, they can't get mid.
No, it doesn't.
It does not work out at all. As Puppey, he is going to die. Mid one will fall. Okay, it works out a little bit.
Okay, not bad.
All right, not bad. But Black Hole instantly put to a stop there by the snowball.
Under attack.
As well,
that happened.
But they got 2 kills, you know.
They do.
Oh, we have it.
I think they may have been able to clean that one up without perhaps losing him because of the Black Hole, but either way, mistakes happen. YapzOr, a little bit of a slip up there. Still looking for the next move. He's still looking for no-tell. He's under the tower, and we get to see that again.
A bit of a wild one. Tower the what?
It did look really weird for a quick second.
Yeah.
It was very, because he was so quick with how he picked him up inside the snowball. It was like instant as he got the Black Hole off, so. All right, Bounty Rune reset. Seb, they'll be able to likely get the 2 bot. I actually say that. He's only going to get the 1. There's a Necrobook Archer that's going to kill one of the bounties off, I think. Pya! So I will be able to clean that one up. So we got 2 for 1 for Secret. YapzOr is leaving the Bounty Rune top for Nisha to refill the bottle, I think. What it looks like at the moment. And OG's on the hunt. Thompson has to start making some moves with Clinks, with the Earth Spirit too. They can look to punish Zai.
That's the setup. Saxa able to find the angle, dropping everything to make sure that Zai dies quickly without any time for Secret to come in.
Yeah, I want them to start getting pretty active with Thompson. Every time he has like a death pact available, just start swinging around the Earth Spirits. They have good kill potential every time the Earth Spirit is able to set up on one.
So a little bit of a free kill here each time he's in lane when Nisha or Matu's around.
Top tower is under attack.
And mid one has to play recovery mode as this Weaver is. He's not had a bad start in the lane by any means, but mid lane.
Yep, the lead in on to Thompson. Puppey with the backup.
Damage.
They're just running him down. They've caught him. Definitely doing a pretty good job of making sure that Thompson does not get out of control. 3 deaths now on the Clinks as they're trying their best to slow his game down. Still second highest in the net worth, keeping level with Matumba Man. But every time the Secret can kill him, it's definitely going to make that Clinks a little less scary.
This is a scary moment here for OG. This is now, what, 3 times the Clinks has died. Weaver mid one, he's trying to catch up and farm. And they have to send all their heroes mid. Timber's still getting some bottom, but Ursa, you know, Matu is the big winner out of all this. He's getting so much more than mid one is. And mid one, he doesn't have an enabler. He at least thankfully has a Royal Jelly for himself, which I guess is kind of a mini enabler, but he doesn't have anything to buff him up from his team, like the Ursa does, who has an IO at the back. Seb bottom, which he supports.
Seb.
Almost kill him.
Ooh, shards. Grab him. Seb. He's out.
Did you see YapzOr's build, by the way? Falcon Blade Tusk.
Oh, there you go. A little bit of mana regen, a little bit of damage, a little bit of HP. I mean, it does it all right. You sort of said it before. It can be seen as a bit of a replacement to the drums.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess he's feeling like he can actually get into the fights and hit, and we did see it just coming into play, right? The overcharge versus the Timbersaw with the tag team. Okay. And Matu, there it is. Battle Fury online, doesn't have any stacks to work with, but it doesn't matter.
It's very quick.
He's gonna accelerate so much faster than mid one. Don't know how mid one really gets the time to catch back up. I think his team like really has to start causing chaos. They really have to start just making all these moves for the Weaver to get this space. I feel like Secret's just super happy with the way that the game has gone.
No, I think I have to agree. It's just on paper, it just doesn't look easy for the Weaver to carry this game, right?
And the thing is too is they picked double invis, and it is an Enigma who's going Necro 3. So I feel like for them approaching the team fights in these next few moments when Zai has this, it's gonna be impossible for Weaver and Clinks to get in. Like Thompson just has to death pact and just play around that, maybe just eating Necrobook or just somehow clearing it out. I don't know. It seems like it's gonna be really hard for them just fighting into Secret when they do get that 5-man death ball with Necro 3.
I think it's gonna be incredibly important that No-Tail is able to get some huge Winter's Curses off to stop them from diving in, but Matt, he's just coming in.
What?
Wait, what? Well, we got to get a replay on that.
There's a sentry down. He didn't know.
But he just solo killed him. He just died solo to an Ursa Battle Fury. That's all he had. What happened?
Oh, God.
Oh.
And now Seb, Zai's on top of him. They've got to relocate. This is falling apart so quickly for OG.
Oh dear. Oh dearie me.
And something small to point out, but I do want to point out because I think it's kind of clever what Zai did. With his Necro 2 summon, the Timbersaw was pushing the bottom wave super hard, and he actually cut the wave behind the Timber so that there wasn't actually any momentum coming from that push from Seb. So small little things. And now Book 3's online, so I feel like Clinks and Weaver, their team fight is just, it's just impossible. They can't walk in, they'll get rooted, and then they'll just die to even just the. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty hard 5 to 10 minutes where OG is going to have to try to endure the pressure that's coming. And he will be able to eat the book, like I said. So Thompson, he does eat that melee book with the Death Pact, so at least they have that type of count. Can't die like that though on the Weaver versus Battle Fury. So he's gonna farm so much faster than you. He's gonna get that next item up. Nisha. He is deep.
He's got a remnant out though, right?
He does. And he's gone. Lack of control, really the name of the game in this one.
Blink done on top of the Battle Fury now. She look for the setup mid. They're going to jump in onto Seb. No tell. He's got the curse.
Oh.
Lay it down onto the tusk. They'll be able to turn, take down Yapzor. Saxa trying to roll in, but he's off the mark here as they split. Saxa's found himself underneath the tower. And Saxa goes down. Thompson trying to move in onto Matu, but with the Enrage out, he's fine. They've got 4 heroes secret still. They're ready to hold back OG. If OG tried to dive any further, they won't. OG, they'll hold off.
I think Thompson just has to literally save Death Pact for the entire game. Just every time Necro book is up, just walk up and eat that warrior, as it is available right now. He's sitting on top of the Remnant top. Rune spawns.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The books will pull the creep wave aggro, and there he is. He eats it again.
Well, they're going for Roche. They know there's no Winter's Curse. And that's pretty much the majority of the team fight potential for OG, right? The curse is very important to really be able to tackle Secret at this moment.
Yeah, Curse and Magnetize down. There's no way that they can effectively fight into.
Let's go.
Yeah, this Roche easy for Matu. And now Blink, Battle Fury, a super enabled Ursa, now has the immortality to be able to dive super hard. And there's no ults. So now Secret, they're going to look to run in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Matu. Oh, he's in on Thompson. Whoa. I mean, he's feeling strong, Matu.
He is. He knows the only person who can disable him, it's only the Earth Spirit. So if they see Saxa shows himself top, they're probably like, we can just go time. Like, this Earth Spirit's the only form of control really on their team when there's no curse. The book is summoned up again. It's surrounding. Seb trying to hold on to the tower.
He's getting his mana taken away. Matu's in. Want some time in with the Yules. Cold embrace him, but Seb, he's out of mana. Matu, is he going to be able to stay on top of him? Seb, able to find a little bit of burst to get out to the side on the backline. Saxa closes the gap onto Zai, but Puppy's over, keeping Zai safe, takes him over towards the side, gives space for Matu to finish off Saxa whilst they keep Zai alive.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And now that Sox is dead, they know they can play pretty reckless into this mid lane. No mana for Winter's Curse either on No Tail. Now he has to be careful. All right, if he gets slight chains there, he might actually go down. As the tower will drop. And mid one, he will at least be able to soak up the pressure, or soak up the space from this pressure. As his team does respond, he's able to at least finish up his next item, get that Yasha done. Don't know how much it's going to help him. It feels like he needs the next item after that SNY. And I don't know what SNY's... SNY. I guess the root is something he wants to be able to reduce, but that's what's not going to reduce black holes. At least it'll make him tanky.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's obviously that very appealing item for pretty much the carry in every game on pretty much every hero. But it's definitely interesting to see how different players prioritize it in their build-up. As we do see some, getting as that second, third item. Some carries, they won't get it until sort of the last slot just to finish off their build.
Dire's top
Yeah, and also it's like sometimes we do see the Manta to be able to address the fact that there is like Malefice to be able to dispel the chains too, but Manta on range heroes usually doesn't feel great. But Thompson is doing the Manta, so it does have its merits in this game.
All right. Saxa.
Let's stop.
He gets in onto Puppey. Puppey is going to get taken out. They're able to burst the IO. See if Matu wants to jump back in on this. He's thinking about it. He's going to go straight towards No Tail. Seb sends him up in the air with the Yules. Matu committing with the enrage, holding his ground. He'll be able to finish up the Wyvern. Saxa rolls in. They've got mid one coming across, but Matu's already picked up the kill over to the side. He's locking down Thompson. Buying time for Matu to swing across. Thompson will get the kill onto Zai, but he'll fall for it. They've popped the Aegis, but they've lost 4 on OG. Mid one, the only one alive. They catch him with the dust. They're ready for the chase. Nisha, is he going to be able to grab him with the chains? But no, mid one's too quick. It's away with the Shikuchi. They try to come hunting for him in the trees with that relocate, but mid one is away. So they're 4 heroes dying. Only Zai going down. It's just another smooth fight from Secret.
Such quick fingers from Zai too. He almost dies instantly to the Clinks. The damage actually from Thompson was pretty crazy, but he gets the black hole. Even just a little instance of control allows Matu to get on him. And now Matu, we're talking about a little bit of difficulties for him to stick on these targets, stick on this Weaver and this Clinks. He's got Basher already after that blink. He is absolutely massive.
Basher, he's got the bullwhip, so he's ready to chase him down.
Yep. Thompson wants to get this next item pretty quick here, the Shard. It will be able to help out a lot, especially in those instances versus the Enigma. He would have had the kill because he would have had those 2 little extra guys, and we just have hit 20. He will be able to get that one next. Nisha.
The silence. Fair bit of damage, but again, Puppey's around to help out, and now they'll turn. With the Malefice on Saxa, Matu's just straight over the back lines. Tears down No Tail. They bring down Saxa. It's 19-8, 6k lead for Secret. As this game definitely looking to go the same direction as the first. As Secret, they are completely in charge right now.
This Ursa's just out of control. Like, even Stab, he can't stand near towers now. He has to just immediately run away, and that's a tier 2 that they're going to have to just sacrifice. Mid one, he's just going to have to push out bottom as hard as possible. They're just going to have to watch this die. Thompson can do nothing about it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Got the blink on Zai now. Bottom lane mid one. Trying to go for Nisha.
Is under attack.
He's got a Remnant.
Yeah. Can't do this alone, and in fact, Nisha's able to punch back just as hard.
Yeah. Yapsor's on the hunt too. They actually saw him though. Saxa did ping out the fact that Yapsor was swinging over. Should be okay. Say that, but Yapsor's trying for him anyway. Saxa is behind.
I mean, he's on his own here, Yap. Yeah.
He's like, I've got the Falcon Blade. I've got the damage.
And just trying to instill fear into them. He has got the backup of the relocate coming in. Saxa, he's trying to move it onto Yapsor, but Puppey's brought Nisha over. They'll get the magnetize off, but Saxa's gone. Mid-one trying to find Puppey here with the help with the backup of Tops, and they do get the IO. Nisha is having to deal with the 4 of them, but he's able to break out with the Remnant jump. Matu watching from the side. He's looking for No Tail. No Tail immediately with the Cold Embrace will live, but the bash is there. Onto Thompson. Thompson goes down. Seb will fall as well. No Tail's also going to die. He drops the curse. Probably not the only curse that he's dropping right now, as this game's looking rough. OG, they've lost 5. And Matu just continues to clean up. 10-0-5. BKB is surely going to be on the way out.
I know this OG, they connected really quick too, but Secret, they showed up with their own force. Yapsor somehow survives during all of it, and Matu and Nisha they literally just kill everybody. Nisha just uncontrolled in the fight. Matu as well. He's always picking and choosing his targets. Sits back, waits for the Wyvern. Cold Embrace came out like literally instant to protect him, but he just moves to the next target. The Clinks gets back. Instantly killed.
Lead just continuing to grow for Secret.
Look at poor Thompson. He just gets bashed and just gets completely eviscerated. And Nisha just swinging in and out. He just gets in and out of the fights as Matu's able to hold his ground. And now it's an 11k advantage.
Matu, he's having a great time.
And poor mid one.
Oh no. Is he going to be all right? Has he got any way out of this? He's got the time. That's with the bash.
Oh my God.
He gets bashed. He didn't press the ult and he got bashed. I guess he wouldn't have had the chance anyway with the animation, but still, that's mid one down for 40 seconds. Another kill added to the list here for Matumba Man.
This game is way too out of hand. This Ursa is just... He's just too big of a beast. The Clinks and the Weaver, they've met their match. The Bear with the Basher, it's too much now.
Dire's bottom bottom tower has fallen.
Zion Yap's already smoking up, seeing if they can find some action out in the map whilst Matu pushes
They've got the
bottom.
reload. So they can always, if he gets a catch with the tag team with a punch, with a walrus punch, they will always have the follow-up reload, the relocates, and Thompson. He knows exactly where he is. Yep, so it's right on him.
They found Thompson. Saxon next to him. Zai's going to jump in, drop the black hole onto the two of them. It's just 2 more easy kills here for Secret. It just doesn't stop her in this game. 28 kills here at 23 minutes in.
They just know exactly where OG is. Look, they're even pinging right now, Matu, to go protect him because of the relocate.
Matu's going to move it on to Seb. Puppey, TPing out. The curse is going to be dropped to cancel the TP. Puppey will fall. Matu with the BKB commits onto Notail. He'll get one. He's turning towards Midbon. Midbon, he's got to hope that he doesn't get bashed here.
Oh, God,
he's going to get bashed. He gets the time lapse up, but it's straight into the snowball. Dust is out with the Shikuchi Midbon. He's hiding. Matu's ready to chase. Are there any more bashes here? From Matu, he's going to be able to blink if he wants to chase. He certainly does. He wants Midbon. Midbon should be fine, though. Shikuchi, again, able to save him, as this time, Midbon will get out alive.
Get out alive, but lose their Wyvern and just continue to have no control of the map whatsoever. Secret, just swing from lane to lane, getting kill after kill after kill. Nisha now almost has a full Aghanims. They're trying to set up for him up top. But it has to be Soxa if he's able to get the connection. He is
and
able
he does.
to get it, though.
Finds the opening. Straight away, Nisha.
He's got illusion.
He has that illusion rune. It's going to be enough to save him. Remnant's out. They'll use him up, but he's straight over. They're still trying to chase, but now backup's here. They do kill Nisha, actually. They're able to get him. But time has been bought for Secret to turn up. Matu's going again straight for Notail. Notail actually had to separate himself this time around. They've got the silence out, and Matu, can they kill him off? Matu pops the enrage. He's still got the BKB. He's going to pop it. Stand is down. Turn towards Step. Puppey comes in with the tether, keeping him alive. The snowball comes out for Yap. So Matu,
oh my God, he's alive.
Finally, he's going to be able to live. He's going to be able to live. He gets out of there. Puppey with the save. They've killed off a fourth. The Saxa goes down. I mean, it's just too much for OG. God. It's too much. They cannot deal with Secret here.
Was he out of stones too? Like, did Soxa kick him because he had no stones left? I think that was the case, right? Because it actually kicked him on the low ground and allowed Puppey to get in range for the tether. That might have saved Matu, I want.
I mean, he was so close to going down.
So close.
But as every little thing coming into play, they're keeping the bear alive, making sure that Matu's KDA does not get hurt at all.
Yeah, I really think he ran out of stones because he chased super hard to get that Ember kill. He did great connections from Soxa, but yeah, he ended up kicking Matu on the low ground, and maybe it was a save as we see it here. I think he might have died. Yeah, he kicks, but no, he had a stone to function with, so that
he would definitely have been dead.
Saved him. Yeah.
I guess Matu would still been able to pop BKB and Enrage though, right? Because he did have both, but he was holding them pretty long.
It would have been close. Yeah, it would have been close. As now they're able to get an Aegis. And they're still in a comfortable spot, but OG, if they were able to get maybe some small kills, maybe some potential for them to come back, is now the game really just completely out of hand. Puppey now has a cheese. So all these situations where perhaps they get a big kill, it's going to get turned around if they are not addressed on Puppey. He's going to be able to heal them up to full.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yapsor already on the hunt, smoking alone because he always has that relocate, and they have the Abyssal on the Ursa, so it's a pretty guaranteed kill if they can get on top of mid one. Notail is in position though for the curse.
BKB on Zai.
Let's see Yapsor.
So chasing.
They'll find Notail.
They'll get one.
Immediately sent back top. Seb, he actually chases out forward. I think it actually scared Secret for a second. They didn't go for him. They see Thompson for a second though. Thompson does go the right way. So many sentries covering his escape.
He's one lane. Nisha.
Silence off the mark.
Gonna TP in and the Zai's in with the black hole. And he's able to drop it onto mid bomb. That's all he needs. That's all he wants. I think we heard it.
Oh, he didn't get rolled out. Oh my God, that slight just missed him.
That must have been just off the mark. We won't see him, Saxa. Get away.
And there's just, at this point, there's no itemization that the Clinks and the Weaver can do to protect themselves versus like, Yapsor's level 18. This Clinks is level 17.
I mean, Yapsor's going for it in the mid.
He's just in.
All right, I mean, he's got the backup. He will die for this, but Matu's been able to get in onto No Tail. Can Matu get another one out of this? No, Saxa rolling away. I mean, he loses his life, Yapsor. As a support for a support there in that situation, and I guess when you're down 15k, it's going to be favorable to OG. It's a little something.
Yep. Yaps was just being kind of a psycho, I feel, this game. I think he knows how comfortable in a position they are that he's able to go for those little solo plays, just get Matu in to clean up kills. Very selfless Yapsor, as it's not usually the case. You know, we're used to seeing Yapsor being more about himself, but he is like 5-2 and 16. He's owning this game anyway, so. SI, he's set up for the next target. Thompson was seen up top for a moment. They have ward coverage all around the area too. They actually saw Thompson for a second.
Just chilling in OG's triangle.
Thompson.
Go for Zaya. There's a lot of damage now.
Nice.
The extra skeletons. Timnisha can punish him.
Oh, they saw him.
Oh, they've got backup detection. Yapsor comes in, drops the dust. Thompson is at least able to spend up his cash. He's going to have the Deso ready for next time.
Yep. Gets to relocate. They get an extra kill on Puppy, and he does force all of Secret to the far left side of the map. So at least OG is going to be able to get some time to farm on this right side. I say they're going to get time, but look at Matu. He's just a single-man force running into the enemy triangle.
I mean, he really is. He's just running at them alone. He's able to just step up, take down No Tail, and it feels that very little can be done to stop him. They're going to try and turn. He pops the enrage. He's got the backup of Yapsor. As they turn to lock down Saxa, Saxa tries to roll away, but Matu, he's got the bashes, takes down Saxa. Time lapse from Midborn, keeps him alive. Matu is getting rather low. Can they finish him off here? They can the once. That's the Aegis stop, but now the backups in. Nisha comes in with the chains, onto Midborn, onto Seb. Midborn try to run, but they've got the magical with the shards and the remnants. And they take down the Weaver, they take down the Timbersaw. Triple kill for Matumba Man as his game continues to go untouched. 20-0-11. Pretty much got the money for the Swift Blink. He's level 25. It really has been perfect for him.
You know, last game may have been the top shin show with his Ricky. This one it's just all the Matumba Man show. He's level 25, Owen. This is insane. This is insane. Like 22k net worth at 30 minutes. Yeah, that's what's his GPM anyway? 733 on Ursa. Like that's pretty damn high.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And what can they do about him, OG? For the base defense, but Step still down for 30. With one out as well for 20. Really not wanting to spend his buyback, as of course his gold already lacking behind that.
Thompson is setting up the defense. He's going to set up more skeletons. Invis again. So they've got 4 up right now, and he is doing decent damage because he has the quiver plus the Desto hits. So it actually does force Matu back a bit. They don't want to commit into all these skeletons either, as now there's 6 of them down.
Deceptive rune of invisibility.
So they'll give some respect to OG for their defense. Pick up, finish the next few items as bam, Swift Blink done.
No surprise there as well. Another item faster than the patch fastest here from Matu.
Yep. This is the best Ursa game I think I've ever seen, honestly. Ripping them all to shreds with ease as
I mean, the Thompson and Midborn are looking for action up here. They're going to find Puppy. He's got the Ghost Scepter. He's fine. Matu's actually just going to jump straight in.
He's got No Tail.
He's just going to go straight in onto No Tail. Look over towards Saxon. Saxon's able to roll away. Matu turns towards Midborn, but Midborn gets the time-lapse off in time. They've got the detection out, dust in place. They roll straight over towards him. They lock him down.
God.
No chance for Midborn in another fight.
And they're relocating. They're cutting them off. Saxa heads north.
And Nisha.
Nisha's on his tail.
Straight in with the remnants. Can they find him?
Oh.
Saxa. Oh, he's very far away with that cliff movement.
Wow, he like surfed the edge of the map there as the air spirit. That was pretty dope.
Grinded along the cliff.
Yeah. But Matu, he sees another target. He saw Clink show himself in the mid lane. So he starts running at him immediately.
There we go again. Look at the distance covered here. There's no chance of catching this Earth Spirit.
It looked really cool. Like, I know usually we see it. Usually you end up like flying off of the map, but the way he lined it up, he was like right on the edge of it, just skirting it. A nice visual thing, but not so much in the game for them, as OG still just really getting bullied here by Secret. Or mid one especially. never able to do anything in the game. 2-7 and 5 this week.
Go on, Seb.
Fully addressed, and Seb.
Matu's just in again.
Matu, he sees the
Every
target.
time he sees no tail, he just goes
tail.
straight away onto the Wyvern. No holding back from Matu. He'll step towards Seb. Seb getting low. The disarm comes to an end. Matu picks up another. He's over towards Thompson. He'll take Saxa instead as Saxa presents himself, rolls in. Matu quickly tears him apart.
24-0-12. 322 last hits. My God. Thompson, he's setting up the army.
I mean, what can Thompson and mid-1 do? They're going to try poking at Matumba Man.
Don't poke the bear, Owen.
He's going to get mad. Oh.
No?
Oh. Oh.
No.
Oh, he tried to TP out. Is it? Oh, he might. Oh, he's got the backup. Yapso's in. See Nisha jump towards the back lines. Mid-1 having to use the time out to get away. No tail. He's getting taken down by Nisha. A lot of damage coming out from Thompson and mid-1 though. Nisha's in here underneath the skeletons. Nisha, he's gonna go down. Size with the black hole though. The counterplay is there, but mid-1's off to the side, and mid-1's able to get the damage done. Him and Thompson get another. They'll turn over now toward Yapsor. See if they can bring this down. Mid-1's got to separate himself from the bear. Saxa getting low. Mid-1 punched up by Yapsor. Mid-1 trying to Shikuchi away. He managed to keep himself safe. There's been the setup here from the curse. OG, they've got the lockdown onto Matumba Man. He's popping the BKB. He's trying to run, but the physical from Thompson and mid-1. It's a lot. Thompson kiting out the bear, waiting for the enrage to come to an end as they turn. They take down Poppy. They take down Matumba Man as well. It's a triple kill for mid-1. OG having to use a couple of buybacks, but somehow, really against all the odds, they're holding themselves into this game somehow.
They took that fight really nicely, actually. Just maybe Matu being a little bit too eager, just standing up there, taking a bit too much damage. They have to relocate and reset themselves. So while that relocate happens, Nisha commits in, and then the black hole comes off to try to follow him, but the Ursa wasn't back yet. He was still getting relocated back. OG with the numbers, able to actually take the fight for the first time in this game. Finally.
I mean, the Ursa was back yet, and on OG's side, mid-1 wasn't caught in the black hole, so he was able to still do a significant amount of damage onto Zai. As we see it here, out to the side. Sure, he locks them down, but mid-1's able to still go to work, and by the time the black hole's ended, Zai, he's straight up dead.
Yeah, mid-1, he did a great job kiting this fight. I just was watching him for the most part, just really getting in and out of it.
They couldn't quite get him.
Yeah, they couldn't stick on the targets. They did a great job of kiting out Matu. Now they finally get space on the map, move out, pick up some couple items that they desperately need in the game, and maybe some signs of hope for OG. Still a pretty tall mountain to climb for this game, but definitely some signs of life.
Absolutely. They need a few more of these, a fair few more of these. But they've already managed to shut a 27k deficit down to 17. So they're definitely turning it in the right direction for themselves. That's bottom lane. Nisha. Could be fine it. Dodge that. That roll from Saxa.
He's still a very tough kill. You know, the only reason that Nisha did die is because he committed. He full committed with all of his remnants to get into that fight there. Usually he should be able to just swing himself out because he's got 33 armor. He's also level 25 too. He's got Elven Tunic. He's got all this evasion and stuff. So he is very tanky. Just did overcommit a little bit. See her hand a bit. Still in a very comfy spot. As Matu, they're going to check out that Roche. It's going to spawn. Kill it with... looks to start committing. And can OG... I don't know if OG can actually swing over there. That does not look like a fun
They can't get her in time against an Ursa.
And Secret's actually expecting them to, though. Look at Matu. He hasn't started yet. He just keeps prepping the overpower for someone to show on this ward.
I mean, maybe he kind of wants them to come over, you know?
I think so. They use buyback. So if he sees Thompson, he kills Thompson, like, or it's just game over, right?
Yeah.
There's no clinks then. So, yeah, really looking to scout. They're even sending the Necro books around that ward to see if there's anyone invis kind of checking it out. Very patient here from Seek. And they're under ward vision, so they smoke, but it's under that vision of OG. OG is aware of it.
I mean, and for OG, do you want to take this fight around the pit?
Doesn't seem like a great place to fight versus BKB Black Hole. Seems like a really tough way to actually approach, and yeah, that Roche is down. And now it's a refresher shard too. Will they give that to Nisha? I like it for Nisha. Refresh all those fire remnants.
Seb standing.
Might just give it to Zai anyway, but yeah. Give it over.
They're going to try and make the move in onto Matuma, man. The Yules here wasting some time in the enrage. Matu getting taken out for now by Puppey. Over to the side. Nisha having to step away from Thompson and his skeleton army. And move over towards Nisha, chasing him down, forcing him to jump back yet again. A lot of damage onto the Ember. Matu waiting for the chance to get back in on this as he watches from the high ground.
Mid one's starting to hurt. He's level 25, so he's got that extra Geminate too. And now he's got Scotty. So he is starting to hit them pretty hard. Matu waiting for an opportunity.
He's going to go for it.
He's got the enrage.
Jumps in, gets the bash. He's got enough damage. The cold embrace will come out. Buying some safety here for mid one. The BKB's out on the side. He's in with the black hole, but immediately put a stop with the Winter's Curse, but it doesn't matter. The bash comes out onto mid one. Mid one will put the buyback. There's Thompson. He's got the physical damage to take down Zai. Seb still alive for now. Now the turn over towards Saxa. Seb. He's getting low. Matu, can he quite finish him off? The cold embrace for no-tail. Keeping Seb safe for now. Seb still alive. He's able to chain out to the side. As Seb will live. The Chakram turn is able to burst him out. Does get caught by the shards as Zai goes down. Puppey trying to TP out, but Matu, he's been left in the front of this all. As they're able to pick him off as well. He's out for 100.
Oh my god, and now the Clinks also hits level 25. A lot of buybacks again. OG, they did have to use 3 to just join back into the fight to protect themselves, but a pretty decent one is Matu. He's gone for 80 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the army of skeletons that Thompson was able to lay
down.
So much
in that damage.
Fight, by the way. It really was. Like, Nisha had to cheese and reset and run away, which got the Ursa isolated. And now Tower being brought down very quickly.
Yep, so trying to defend them off. 2 heroes down. Of course, you know, now at this stage, as we can see, a lot of buybacks being used over the past 5 minutes from OG to allow them to turn this. So still in a risky position if they lose some of their cores.
OG's used every single hero's buyback. If they lose anybody, they're gone for a long time. Wyvern, sure, he's still dead, but they're gonna move.
They're getting a lot done with this stuff.
Still dead.
They're getting a lot done. It's going to be 2 sets of racks here that OG's able to take away from Secret. Yapso jumps in. Zai, he's in. He's looking for the center. He's found the black hole. He's managed to catch Thompson. He's managed to catch Saxa. Have they got the damage to bring down Thompson? Saxa will fall. Thompson able to get the heal off. Though Thompson is still alive. As Nisha is desperately trying to chase him, but Seb sends Nisha up with the ult, stops him from being able to chase the Clinks. As Thompson, he's ready to turn, sets up more skeletons. Mipon starting to push back onto Nisha yet again. Does Nisha want to chase him outside the base? He doesn't. As we're
the level 25 Clinks, and did you see what item he purchased? He's got the Helm of Dominator too.
So what's the strat here?
You get yourself a huge creep with high HP and just eat it, and then you have this bonus from your level 25, so it's like this 50%, 150% bonus, 17% damage bonus too. Pretty huge. He's always gonna have the creep available to eat now. Somehow OG in these last few fights have been able to take it with these buybacks. But now, as we've mentioned, they have no buybacks available on absolutely anyone. So they have to be really careful in this next fight. They're really bringing it to Secret. Matu, he has to get protection. When he starts getting kited around, when he starts getting focused on by the Weaver and Clinks, he needs a little more help.
That's insane. This Helm of the Dominator, that's an insane amount of health and damage.
Uh-huh. Does he have the creep ready? He does, right? Right next to him? Yeah. There you go. 5k HP. Look at his damage on the Clinks as well.
5k HP?
He's hitting well over 500 now.
Oh my goodness.
This might be enough for them to just kill the Enigma. Like, sure, you don't have a BKB canceler, but you just kill him inside of the black hole if Thompson's not caught in it. This damage might be too overwhelming for Secret now at this point, as they're surrounding Puppey and Matu.
They're able to get in onto Puppey. Puppey, he pops the Ghost Step to Matu, pops the BKB, turns towards Saxa, but the curse is out, holding Puppey back. Matu, he's trying to finish off Saxa, but Saxa's going to be safe. The cold embrace keeps him alive. They jump over with the Abyssal on towards Thompson. Black hole is down. Zai, he's locked down Thompson, and they got the damage to kill this Clink. They're throwing everything onto him, but Thompson, he's still alive. The Malefice is there. Thompson held in the midnight pulse, though it's enough damage. Thompson will fall. He'll buy back. Nisha and Puppey both low. They're looking for no-tail. Puppey's actually going to TP out of this mid one. He's getting back in, but actually not able to finish off Puppey. As Puppey with the Ghost Step to TP gets out, not allowing opportunities for mid one to right-click him down. As Thompson immediately using the buyback, he's going to be able to find himself a DD rune. And again, Matu is down for 70 seconds.
See how much damage he took in the fight? Like, he's under Midnight Pulse Black Hole, and he stands his ground and survives throughout all of it, and still survives a little bit afterwards. Matu does go down. Still a good fight from Secret. with that black hole coming in. But Jesus, this is a scary game.
Yeah.
Tops, look at his like he's doing 700. I don't even know, like 800 damage right now. Like 700.
Come on, maths.
I know. Hey, the quiver too. Come on. And the death and DD and all that.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's advanced maths. Thompson.
He gets his DD dispelled. The book. 25 seconds still. The full squad's back. No tail. He's got the ninja gear. He's keeping himself smoked up in the back so that he can avoid those jumps from the man.
Mid-one's going in. He's going right at the mid, forcing them back to the fountain. Thompson, he's starting to try ending the game. He's going for the tier 4. They got the Silence Hound and Nisha. Yeah, but the yours is able to dodge the stun. But at the same time, Saxo is able to make it back on his side. They'll turn over towards Saxo, though. Saxo's deep, and he'll pay for that.
They need Saxa. They have to back away without him. There's no way they can look to a fight without the Earth Spirit. Nice slight dodge there coming out from Nisha again. As we see here, he picked up a Lincoln Sphere, I believe, as his last item, and he did get a Spell Prism, so one of the fortunate items that he could have gotten. And looking at Zai, I think he's realizing, like, my God, Klink's tanked a whole Midnight Pulse Black Hole. I need a second Midnight Pulse. He's almost got Ags.
I mean, that will do the job. That's going to be a solid counter to this sort of incredible 5k HP hero that Thompson can become.
Unless the black hole gets canceled, he has to be very careful. No-Tail has been in position a lot of these times to be able to do so, and he's had a hard game. Like, No-Tail is 2-15. He is really just getting focus fired by Matu, and Matu does need to keep doing so as this game really go both ways now at this point.
Still in a bit of a shaky situation when it comes to the buybacks, of course. OG. Yep.
They did use Topsons in that last one. That's absolutely true. They do have a couple of those other ones coming back up, but Topsons really feels like it's by far the most important.
I mean, at this point as well, with the way that OG's being able to hold on, like, do OG need to play on the aggressive, or can they sort of play this waiting game against Secret?
It's so scary. Like, if Topson literally just gets BKB, if he just dies to a black hole, the game is probably just over. So it's scary to make those type of plays without just straight vision of them. If they get vision of them, perhaps they could look for a smoke play, but they only have these two wards bottom. At least it sees the Ursa, but Secret's not playing around that one, so it's a risk. If they want to make that play, you know, you got to accept the fact that it's high risk, high reward. And with no buyback still for a very long time, 4 minutes. They're getting aggressive, though. They're looking to play around that vision at the moment.
Just time here. Buybacks to be in a bit more of a comfortable spot. So mid one's going to have his back in 10.
I think Secret was also trying to farm their buybacks. They didn't have the gold on Matu or on Nisha for the last few times because they were just, you know, level 27, level 28. These buybacks are expensive. They've committed most of their gold. Now they have it ready. So now they will have an extra force ring to the team fights as well. As we see the Helm of Dominator Ancient running down mid.
There we go. We'll die here, though. The last of the dinosaurs. Now there's Matu. He's onto mid-one. Mid-one, he's been chained. They put the cold embrace. Winter's Curse looks down Matu's eye. He's getting in position for the black hole. He's going to be able to drop it. He's going to be able to find the three of them. He's locked down mid-one, but mid-one, he's going to go down. He buys back straight away. Can he get back in on the action, though? Over to the side, Nisha being locked down. They've lost Sack to the moving on to Thompson. The cold embrace buys some safety, but Matu's just able to build up the swipes. Thompson caught straight in front of the bear as he goes down for good. Dead for 2 minutes. Secret roll over towards No Tail. As this is the sort of fight that really puts OG back in the position they were finding themselves very early this game. Mid-one and Saxa, can they find any sort of pick-off really to break apart this potential push from Secret?
they have to cause some type of havoc here because it's 100 seconds with no clinks. Secret, they scout out the Roche. It's not up. It's about up in 40, but they're going to look to run down in lane right now. It's 40 seconds before their Enigma does spawn, but Zai, he hits hard in that fight. He gets the black hole onto the 3. They don't have the cancel. They do kill him pretty quickly, but it does enough of the control. It gets mid one taken out and Seb. And then Thompson's just alone. Sure, he's got his little army of his skeletons, but versus these 3, he's got no hope. Secret walking up onto the high ground. A big gold injection too. Matu now 6k gold. And they know Thompson's not back for
a long time.
Like it's the whole duration.
Mid one. Ooh. They're gonna try and turn. It's a Yapzor, but Nisha's coming in.
Tanky.
The chain's on mid one. Mid one's still happy to hold his ground.
They can secure megas. They still have 50 seconds without the clinks. Zai's respawning as as well. Does he have bots at the moment? He does not. So he can't actually go back to join his team.
They're a little scared.
Back away.
They don't want to try and commit for the megas. Their plan is
the Roche. They have their couriers in Roche, so they're gonna go pick up an Aegis, a Cheese, a Refresher Shard, and an Ags. Sweet.
Yeah.
Matu might look to pick up himself his Shard too. Then he gets like a free Ags and a Shard. Just hold his ground even more so. Because he is full slotted, so.
He's easily got the money to do so as well.
Nisha also getting another form of control. I was waiting until he did upgrade it. He's gone for the Gleipnir. Very effective this game versus those mobile heroes. Timber, Weaver, Clinks, Earth Spirit. Super late pickup, but it will prove to be pretty effective. There's no BKBs. They only have like Mantas and Wise to prevent any of those roots. And yeah, Ags on Ursa. Who else got what?
Aegis on Ursa.
Fresh on Enigma. Cheese probably where. Hey, where is the cheese? Am I blind? Yeah, it's on Nisha.
Nisha's
okay, Nisha's got that.
In the backpack.
I was like, am I blind? What's going on? A DD? Ooh, DD spawn stop.
Ooh, there we go. We go.
Got it.
36,000 gold lead now. 63 to 26.
And somehow OG are still holding on. I mean, last time round it was a 27k lead. We saw OG being able to push it back down to about
damage empowers me.
Nearly sort of half that. Now the challenge has definitely been upped to another level.
Yes.
Now 36k.
They haven't really picked up any other items either, really. Like Thompson has 4k, but they've had to keep using these buybacks constantly to come back into the fights to have a chance in them, so they haven't really picked up much of anything.
Go for Seb. Seb is getting a lot of stacks here built up upon him. The Winter's Curse. Lockdown Matu give chance for Seb to try and get out of it, but Nisha's onto the back lines. He's in onto No-Tail. No-Tail pops the Glimmer to try and keep himself safe. Seb and No-Tail both rather low. The DD's been popped by Nisha here, and over to the side. Tai's got the black hole, and Saxon's rolled straight into it. He drops the black hole, takes down the two of them as he locks down both Midborn and Sax, so they're both out of the game for 2 minutes. And now they move over to catch Thompson as well, as Thompson, he'll try his best to run, but they've got the catch with the chains, the bash. Thompson's down. He does have buyback, so does No-Tail, but this time it's going to be 100 seconds without Midborn and 80 without Saxa.
And mid one, the play that he goes there with Sox, that they try to take Zai out of the equation, just kill him before anything, but he just midnight pulls black holes the two of them, and they actually just die for the attempt, pushing him away. And now he did pop the Refresher Shard immediately. He's got another black hole ready.
He has. It's
just the Timber and the Clinks.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna hold either one of them.
One of those would definitely end the game here, if it's not going to end already. The Secret with 44k lead, ready to claim the megas. See what OG's got left from themselves here.
They gotta just watch. Just wait till they have the Wyvern up before you do get caught. So at least you have a way to prevent one of the black holes a little bit.
Zai popping the midnight pulse down. He knows the Sax who tried to reclaim the gem. As they're moving in onto Seb. Seb, he's in trouble. He needs help, but he needs it now. Cold Embrace helps him for a little bit of a moment. Curse will look down from the side, but Zai's in. Black holes down onto Thompson and onto No-Tail, as that should be enough to end the game. There'll be a buyback coming out from No-Tail. The lowest sword bide a little time. No-Tail jumps in. Cold embraces himself. He's got nothing else to offer here. As Matu moves over to the Wyvern, GG is called as Secret will finally be able to close out this game through with quite a lead here. 53k gold advantage at the end of it all. As OG, they certainly fought well whilst behind, but just not enough to shake Secret off their road to glory here in this third game, Fogged.
No, they fell apart way too much in mid-game. I'm very impressed how they took those later fights, though, being at this huge deficit. I think Secret may be getting a little too overzealous with Matu, like, TPing out in their faces, and they get turned, and then game goes a little bit longer than they probably wanted on Secret, but my God, Matu. That might be one of the most crazy kill scores I've ever seen. I think Raven at